Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome
Hello.
to episode 51 of Press Any Key. I'm fucking sick.
As a dog.
I have no patience today.
He really doesn't.
I'm so not. But train keeps it rolling here.
Train keeps it rolling.
We're rolling. We're moving.
Are you good?
Doing it. Yeah.
You okay over there?
We're good.
We'll give a little shout out to
There's a
Danny
delay.
right
There's a
around.
delay.
That was a big delay. I was
Yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, that doesn't mean I stop. You know, it's
That's
still
fair.
going to catch
That's
all
fair.
this.
Wait,
you know?
what was the delay?
Yeah.
No. There's a delay in the stream, and he's looking at that, and he's like, wait.
I was like, I didn't know if it was.
Yeah,
He didn't
no.
trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you.
I'm doing a good job.
I don't trust
I'm
you.
trying my best.
Danny, give us a drop for yourself. One for you.
And that's on God, baby girl.
Remember,
Alright.
you have 2 other pages of drops.
Oh, no. I trust me. I've been scrolling through them.
You have plenty of drops.
Remember, you have a lot.
Right back up your ass.
Yeah,
There we go.
There you go.
All right.
All right. So, what were we talking about?
Press any key, baby. 51.
What
What are we or what
Five
were
oh
we?
one.
What were we talking about? Friend drama?
From drama.
People buying train tickets?
You're just dropping it up.
Yeah.
Spay and neuter your pets.
I like that.
Actually, let's talk about it openly. No.
You know what?
I'm
tired of this shit.
I'll tell you what. If any of you guys
make it
ever,
red.
if any of you guys ever did that shit to me, you're like, oh, my friends want. I'd be like, well, looks like you guys are getting a hotel. Here's the thing. There you go. That's how I'd start.
Here's the
the thing.
No.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't put up with
But
that.
let's talk about Back for Blood.
Actually, I did have. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about.
This came up literally like on Friday or Saturday.
Oh, you want me and Mike to talk about Squid Game?
And
All of it in its entirety.
it came up, and and this affects everybody here. Well, I guess not you because you don't have a Switch, right? I keep forgetting if you do or you don't have a Nintendo Switch.
No.
Keep it secret. Don't let them know.
And,
Oh, you just-
I mean, technically, I don't have a Switch. It's Joe's Switch, so I'll be losing my Switch in a week.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you're moving.
There's that. I'm moving. Getting a new place.
Danny, tell us your
cool.
your new home address.
Put it out on the internet.
Yeah, I'm
if you
just
will.
gonna.
If
I'm
you'd
just
like
gonna
to
put it in
support
the lower
Dan's
third
move.
here. Yeah.
Please go to Patreon.
So the Nintendo Switch expansion pack price was released.
What is the expansion pack? I'm like,
It's here's all the games from 20 years ago.
for all of the N64 games and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody had a very big groan.
Is it
at
not just another $10 a year?
No.
No, it's
no.
no.
Oh, it's more than double of what it is. Yeah.
Is it $40 a year?
No.
It's more? Oh, fuck that, dude.
Yeah. See, this was my reaction too. Now, before I tell you guys the price,
Wait, what is this?
Okay.
$69.99.
let me set it up.
Yeah.
So, Nintendo Switch Online is the service that you use to play games with each other, but it's not perfect. They put all these fucking, like, pretty much a bunch of red tape to be able to even just lobby up with each other. And it's $5 a month, or you can just pay $20 outright
For the year.
For the year.
Yep.
Or it's $35 for up to 8 accounts, right? Or something like that if you want 8.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's like the family plan or whatever. Either way, I was broke at the time when I signed up for mine, so it was like $5. So I've been doing the $5 a month, and
really?
Yeah, I've been getting ripped off ever since.
I was
Yeah.
poor as hell.
I was broke, so I
These
chose
are
the
the
most
cost-
expensive option.
It's the classic, like, you buy the cheap boots and you can't afford the good ones and you got to replace them.
Pretty much. So
Late stage capitalism.
yeah.
Bang.
So
Squid Game.
Pat is affected by late stage capitalism through Nintendo Switch.
But they announced their pricing model for this. So if you buy the expansion pack, this encompasses the online play, the NES and SNES virtual
Which
consoles,
have been included in
which
the
is-
5 or the 20.
right. And this not only does this include like the N64 and the Sega stuff, but this also includes the access to the Animal Crossing DLC. Which by the way, why did you wait a year and a half after that game came out?
They've been constantly working on the game. Like, they have been constantly adding shit. Like,
But
so
this
the
is
devs
the
have clearly
first-
been doing.
But this is the first big expansion I've heard.
They did a big revamp before, and like they've been continually doing little content. But this is like the big, like, hey, here's a bucket of shit.
Yeah.
I
So
wanted to wait until everybody stopped talking about it.
so
Like, hey, remember? Remember you like this? Remember?
Pepperidge Farm, remember?
We'll never forget.
That's what I named my island, Pepperidge Farm.
Yo, you know how when you visit someone's island, there's a little painting?
Yeah.
I saw this one girl on Twitter that was like, my boyfriend left me the sweetest message.
Yeah, you have. So it's
You
like,
wanna
it's
go
like
ahead and tell them
I don't
what it
remember
said?
what it was.
It said
specifically.
cunt right across the front.
But when you fly into the island, like you fly into somebody's island and you see them like waving at you
with a big message.
with like, and you can have like a painting and like on an easel, and you get to make whatever you want for it.
It was
said
like my painting in Rust.
Lola Bunny.
Lola Bunny.
I can't believe our base got taken over.
I wonder what those guys thought about that.
They just walk in and it's just like, what happened to Lola?
I'll find that. I have that. I have that screenshot on my
Yes,
PC.
please find it.
So I will put that on the Twitter. I mean, not the Twitter account, the Instagram for sure.
I don't know if I want you to do that.
It's unaffiliated. We found this picture. in
Wait,
Rust.
which Lola Bunny was
You
it?
know which
You know which Lola Bunny
It
was.
was
Bunny.
Rule 34 Lola Bunny.
No, this was Rule 35. This is a whole new category of Lola Bunny. Either way, though, so yeah, this encompasses all this. By the way, these games you cannot download. It's all cloud streamed.
Yep.
So if you don't have an internet connection, you can't play them.
You're fucked.
$50 a year. This is
Okay.
on top of
in addition to the 20?
no.
Oh, thank
This
God.
is on top of having to pay $50 for either of the controllers to play the games.
Not if you spend my $15 for my Twitch Pro Pro controller.
You mean the semi-pro controller?
Yeah,
you
if you even want to call it that.
amateur hour
Yeah.
over here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
this
be
is-
coughing the whole fucking show.
So
Do
this
you
is
need a cough drop?
yeah, can you give me water too? I'd really
sponsored by
appreciate that.
Halls.
Where's the water?
It's right behind you.
eucalyptus for your throat.
Right? No, like up, like really, like
Oh,
actually
shit.
right.
I didn't
behind you.
realize there was water here this whole time.
Yeah. She brought it in.
I've been
so-
dying of thirst.
So this is a big problem. Like most of the time, it's interesting because it is expensive, and it's like this is why so many people are using emulators and so many people are using different kind of content to replay different games. Because if you go to buy like any actual physical N64 games now, they can be like several $100.
Yeah.
It's
do you
fucking
know-
ridiculous. I know you had
know
your
how-
whole setup.
You know how hard it is to find fucking Paper Mario?
Yeah, I have it. I have it for $64.
$85.
Oh, it went up.
Oh my God.
Last time I checked, it was $75.
Well, I'll put it like this: I have $80 allocated to either the original 4 Batman movies on 4K or Paper Mario.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
It's-
pick your poison.
Yeah, I bought that game when I don't even know. I probably bought that game 10 years ago, like after like GameCube and everything had been out for a while, and I still paid $50 for that
I would-
N64 game.
I would prefer them to do like a mini N64 like they did with the SNES or NES, and then
A
just
Minions N64?
Yeah.
keep, yeah, and then just keep updating
The
them.
eye is what you plug the cartridge. It would be great. I mean, they
Yeah.
have the total capability to do it, and you can just buy secondhand N64 like USB controllers right now. Like that's literally what I have. I have one for my computer.
Wait,
and
really?
yeah, they're like $15-$20. Go on Amazon. They're not like Nintendo brand ones.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
I have that. I have like all the SNES controllers. They're all USB, and I just play emulators
Yeah,
with them.
and that was the other thing too. Is like obviously like I enjoy playing the games for nostalgia, but I'm just like a big fan of like the retro hardware. You know what I
know.
mean? It's like at a certain point, this will not.
You like to
exist
blow in a
anymore.
cartridge.
Yeah, you know, which actually, they say do not blow into the most ignored
Oh, yeah.
direction ever.
I'm a blow. I'm gonna blow.
I'm gonna blow.
I'm gonna blow.
I'm gonna come.
Please do not blow.
Do not blow.
I'm
gonna
about
blow.
to bust.
We got in the chat. Liz says, "Can we talk about Chibi Robo?
Chibi Robo.
Chibi Robo.
Chibi Robo
Chibi Robes.
is a game that came out on GameCube that like it's the rarest one now.
yeah.
And you can't
Sure.
find any copies of it that are
It's this
like
little dude.
the most shitted out ones are like $250, and for a pristine
cute. I like
copy it's like $2,500.
Yeah.
Wait, Bert, can we get that on camera?
Just Pat can
Just-
pull it
yeah,
up on
have
this
Pat pull it
thingy.
up.
It's
that works
basically
too.
you're like this little silver robot who has like a plug. It's really early Pikmin-y kind of like
It
stuff.
kind of looks like that movie Robots with Robin Williams.
Rob Williams.
Fanny. That was like the funniest shit when I was 13.
I feel like that movie probably wasn't as good as I remember it, but I remember it being pretty amazing.
There it is, Chibi
Yeah, so-
Robo.
yeah.
He's got a plug for an ass.
He's got an ass for a plug.
That's his dick.
Oh,
It just comes.
This comes out of his ass.
Actually, it's both. It's a little
wait,
bit of
Chibi
everything.
Robo has a Switch game? Oh, it's a Breath of the Wild meme.
I was gonna say that's Breath of the Wild, Pat.
Chibi Robo unplugged.
Breath of the Chibi.
Oh, I'm
His
not.
stamina bar is electricity.
And in lightning storms, he only
He
gets
looks
stronger.
He looks Canadian.
Ooh.
Like South Park.
I was gonna say
Canadian.
it's because of the South Park, like the head. Thing.
Hey, guy. What are you talking about there,
Plugs
buddy?
in. What are you doing, buddy?
You're not my
If
friend,
they
guy.
only put him in Smash. Hey, did you guys
We
know
got
that?
Sora though.
Did you guys know that they did add Doom Guy to Smash? He's just a fucking costume for the whatever
They did that with
fighter.
Sans from Undertale. They did that with a bunch of characters that they added to Smash, and it's just like, don't do that.
Like,
they
why
just
not
made
What's
it.
the
Master
point?
Why not Master Chief?
I know.
Doom Guy. I mean, they put Banjo in, which nobody was expecting. So I'm
No,
glad.
I
that they
do.
did.
I do think Sora was a good ad. I know
I
there's
don't
like
know
Yeah.
who's Sora.
Sora from
Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts.
Hearts.
Never.
Just because like
Kingdom
he's pretty
Farts.
like the whole like I mean they have enough Final Fantasy people in there already. Like he is in that same universe.
Fire Emblem. They have like 8 Fire Emblem characters.
And they have like random other games that like I've never played or like even heard of for some of the shit. Like
Ice Climbers.
Ice Climbers are great.
There's.
Don't talk
I feel like
shit
Ice
about
Climbers has a
about
very
Ice
small,
Climbers.
dedicated fan base.
Nana is a hoe. Anyway,
I literally every time I used to play Smash, I would deliberately just try and kill her.
yeah,
And so then you would have just the dude left,
just Popo.
just Poe, and like he couldn't do his
Is it
double
Poe
jump.
or
No.
whatever? Fucking
They're
know.
codependent. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And it was so satisfying when you just got a big smash and sent her flying, and then he's just like,
Later. We should play the Nickelodeon one. It's
Oh,
literally
I
a
do want
Smash
to play
ripoff.
that. I want to.
It-
Wait,
What are the characters included?
Wait,
Oh,
how is it
I'm
not
assuming
intended
Tommy
to
Pickles.
be a Smash ripoff?
no, it is.
No,
It pretty
It
much
is.
just is.
It is unabashedly a Smash ripoff.
Yeah. That's what I
Like
figured.
to the point, like even like falling off the stage makes the whole.
Yep, to the point where like you get the like you hit
It's
and then
Reptar,
boom.
Patrick Star, Sandy,
up on there.
Lincoln Loud. I'm not
SpongeBob.
putting it up there. It's not worth it. It's just a list.
Got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
put it up.
Powdered Toast Man,
He's from Ren and
French
Stimpy,
Toast Man.
right?
Yeah.
And then they have Ren and
Cora and Aang,
and
April O'Neil, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Nigel Thornberry, Ablina
All
from
real monsters.
All Real Monsters, Helga, but no Arnold.
He's a DLC. You gotta wait.
Ren and Stimpy.
He's the
Zim,
final character.
Azula,
Okay, cool.
Okay.
They have Toph, right?
Q Neutron,
Oh, Toph is in there too.
Eliza Thornberry, Zim, Tito,
Tito?
Mr. Crocker, and
Wait, who's
Phil-
Mr. Crocker?
He's the fairy
Godparents.
godparents.
Oh yeah.
and I
Oh, he's a good character to play.
Dude,
as.
you should totally be Denzel Crocker for Halloween one year.
fairy godparents.
And then you can have all your cats. Pick 2 of them.
Zim does take Gur with him
Yeah.
on
Okay.
stage.
And we do have Genre Geeks Powdered Toast Man for the win. So we
right.
have Powdered Toast Man
You got a
fans.
favorite.
have you
got
seen
some
like
faves.
have you seen Broken
Garfield
Gameplay?
is in this. Cat Dog's in this.
Is Garfield a Nickelodeon a character?
He's Paramount. So Paramount.
Paramount.
I mean, it's about time you got on board with this.
You Frenchman.
Paramount.
Paramount.
But I'm gonna play that
You
game.
good? All right.
What
play
system
that
is it
game.
for?
Everything. It's on
Everything.
PC too.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It's really broken though. They have to
That's-
go back and balance.
that's
it.
our
Like,
next game.
so-
since-
I've seen so
hey,
many.
that's got to be our next game since Back for Blood is not coming back ever again.
We are not back from.
No.
Well, all right.
That's a segue.
Let's talk about Back for
This is
Blood.
a segue, right?
see that guy?
Guys, I did.
Yeah. Okay. So
Get a segue drop.
Back for Blood. Now, before we start, the community on this game is split right down the middle.
It's very polarizing.
Right, like cat dog.
Some people think
Just
that
like
this game is. Some people like. Shout out to Joe Landry. Think that this game is the success. Like this is the Left 4 Dead 3 that should have been out years ago. I, on the other hand, live in reality and don't agree with that. I think there's some good stuff about the game, but overall, it's just what the fuck? Like, why would anyone pay $60 for this? Is beyond me.
Well, I mean, I will just say, at least for me, the gunplay was actually very satisfying. Like the actual shooting of the zombies, very satisfying for
I didn't
me.
think that.
I didn't think that.
I thought
think
it
the
felt-
moment
I
to
like the
moment-
gunplay. I really
I
did.
mean, for me, like I don't play a lot of like first person shooter games. For me, it was fun because I really can't get into that type of game otherwise. So
It was very approachable face level gunplay, but I felt like the guns didn't have like it didn't feel like you were shooting them, and also like it just didn't like Call of Duty has perfected it. You know, like when you shoot the gun and you hit somebody.
I am Call of Duty.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. This felt very face level, where it was kind of just like a spray and
Well,
pray, and then
okay.
you kind of killed people. Like
So-
there wasn't much difficulty in.
But that's
I
also
don't-
kind of what the whole setup. It was just hordes of zombies, so it was just gonna be spray and pray.
Well, why
it was just
add
gonna be
ADS?
trying to.
exactly.
Why add ADS to a game that you're supposed to spray and pray though?
Also,
You know
Call
what
of
I mean?
Duty Zombies did this better 10 years ago.
Call of Duty Zombies
yeah.
is a better zombies game than Back 4 Blood.
That's
And
what
it's
I'm
a mini
saying.
game.
Like,
And it's a
Mini game, but
I-
you had the different guns, you had the different effects of the guns, you had the different like efficacy, and then you had the different kind of like
Power-ups, buffs, there's different rounds,
when
different
you
monsters.
shot them, they died different ways. I felt like none of these guys in this game
Oh
died.
yeah, it was
Well,
very
clearly, like-
routine, and it was just like everything was just rinse and repeat. Like you just went to a new area, and it was like, here's a horde with a couple big ones. Now move on. Here's a horde with another couple big ones.
It's disappointing though because this is the same team that left Valve and that made the original 2 Left 4 Dead games. They
Right.
founded their own studio. They've had other games, and then finally they settled on, we're going to do this again. Why didn't they just do what they did last time and just do it again? Because we've been playing Left 4 Dead 2 over the past couple months. Left 4 Dead 2
How old is that game now?
It's 11 years old, and that game is so much better than this game.
And
I
the
gotta
thing
download
is,
that one.
Left 4 Dead.
It's only $10,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun too.
And because the cool thing about that I enjoy about that game is it feels like an arcade game.
Yes.
Which is like what I feel Back 4 Blood tried to do, but you have like the super complicated combat system with the different cards
yeah.
and like
So
what the fuck?
I
And, like,
did
the
see
gun
on Twitter
upgrades.
that some people have like a 35 stack of like cards and everything, and like it really changes the gameplay. But even then, I've played Act 1 twice, and I've played Act 2 once the whole way through.
How much different was it?
I didn't notice a difference. I don't notice a shift in gameplay while we're playing. I feel like the moment to moment gameplay is sluggish. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like that it's the worst type of game because it's not good. It's not like, have you guys ever heard of hide and seek? It's this horrible game for Steam, but it's so bad it's good. Like it's missing basic features like volume control and shit like that.
Oh, it's like one of those games. Yeah.
Like it's
it's
but
the room of games.
yeah, it's so bad it's good. Or if you look at something like God of War, where it's the shining example of what video games could be, this game falls square in the middle where it is aggressively mediocre, and that's the worst place you want it to be. Because then you just have like, the chuds who are in denial that like, oh, I've been waiting for this game, so I think it's great. Whereas like you have the people who come to this being Left 4 Dead fans, like, what the fuck is this?
Especially for me, like having not played any Left 4 Dead or these types of games and just coming as a blank slate, there were so many things that from
Off the bat?
just off the bat, like the weapon management system was terrible, and I didn't enjoy like having to figure out, all right, well, how am I going to prioritize which weapon I want? Like a melee weapon or a pistol?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like that
yeah.
was terrible. I did
Well,
not
I thought
enjoy it
that-
at all.
I
here's
also,
the thi-
I was just gonna say, I also just didn't like the fact that like if I spent all this time upgrading a gun and then I go to exchange it, I at least want to keep some of the upgrades from the gun that I just had.
I like that element of it for a difficulty perspective. Like it makes you pick and like it forced choice. It's like, do you want to kind of like commit or you want to start over? And I like that element because it's an element of difficulty. However,
Go ahead, because it's on the tip of my tongue.
go.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about difficulty. What the fuck happened between the beta and the main game? Because
We played the beta.
we played the beta, and Recruit was like, "We're eating glue here." Like we're
like you walk up to the zombie and you're like, it'll hit me, they'll hit me, they'll hit me, punch, they die.
they die, and then when we went to veteran, which is medium or normal mode, it was like smooth sailing. It was like perfect. This is the perfect
Real balanced.
I feel like it's really thrilling because the stakes are really high, but we're able to at least keep our heads above water, like comfortably. But then when we started out on normal mode,
On level 1,
normal mode, we got fucking like wasted immediately.
We got murked. We got destroyed on level 1.
Just fucking annihilated. And like I said, I think there's something to be said about difficulty in video games and this whole get good culture where it's like, hey, no, this is just poor balancing, because in the beta it was perfect. And then this came out, and I don't know what the fuck they did. They gotta patch it though. They have to, because there's, like I said, there's people who are like, no, this is great, this is awesome. But it's like, when you're an adult, actually, you want to know what? Adam Sessler from G4 had a great point about this, and I'm gonna regurgitate his thought on this, because it honestly,
Shouts out to Adam.
Yeah,
friend of the show.
It encompasses what I was thinking, quite honestly. We are adults and we have limited time to play video games, right?
Yup.
So not every video game has to require everybody firing on all cylinders at all times to have fun. And unfortunately, that is what normal mode is in Back 4 Blood. We all need to be on our A game at all times.
Sometimes you're going to have me on your team.
But no, I mean, like,
Worse. Me.
but if you look at other games, if you look at like Valorant, or you look at like those type of games where it's like a team-based game with different kind of people playing different roles and different like skill levels on things, it's balanced. And they find ways to balance it by you being this kind of character, you being that kind of character.
Right.
There are compliments. This one did not feel like that. And I play a lot of games that are like ridiculously hard in the beginning, and then you have to kind of like learn some of the meta, which might be the cards in this way. And then you kind of are like, let me struggle through. And then you hit that breaking point where it's like, cool, I got this. Let me just go. Well, I never felt that way in this game. Well, like, Burke, especially with all the cards.
How are you feeling now with Metroid? Considering how hard that game was, because last week we also talked about the fact that just because a game isn't difficult doesn't mean, just because a game is accessible doesn't mean it has to be easy. So now, how are you doing with Metroid now that you've been playing it longer, and then how does that difficulty sort of relate to the Back 4 Blood one?
So that's actually really interesting, because I was gonna kind of bring up a similar thing with Metroid. You kind of like figure it out. Like, it's, you usually die. And then you're like, okay, one or two things. Now I've kind of got it. And I've got like, these are the resources I have. This is what I have to do. I just have to be technically good at it.
Right.
This, but what's good about Metroid is it puts a sense of fear. Like, it puts a sense of like momentum. Like, you are being chased. You are like, you don't have
frustration.
Time to. Yeah, it's the frustration, but the good kind of frustration. Like, I'm playing that game a lot of the time and I'm getting chased. They're called Emmy, which are like the big robot things that are constantly chasing you. I'm like, oh, fuck, what do I do? What do I do? Like, you know, you are running, you're sliding through. It's basically like a puzzle and a maze for a lot of the thing to escape this robot. Never felt that way in this game. I never felt like that, like I was, the sense of being overwhelmed or overrun in Back 4 Blood was just a bunch of zombies are around you and you can just turn and spray them down. Or you kind of get like just randomly killed by like the spitter dude.
Right.
Or you just do what I did, which was just run in with a machete when I ran out of ammo, inevitably.
Right. But I never
macheted.
felt that I was like, guys, we need to move. Guys, we need to move. Guys, we need to, like, you said like, let's go, because they're just going to keep coming. And that was like incentive to move. But it wasn't like, oh my God, I need to get away from this spot and then like lock it down.
I also feel like this game's kind of a one-trick pony in the sense that I didn't need to finish this whole game to properly review it. Because it's just the same thing the entire time.
Yeah, I have no desire to go back to this.
Not
as
at
soon
all.
as we were done, I took it off my computer.
I uninstalled it and I was like, I need to play Left 4 Dead to like wash this shit out of my mouth. It's so bad.
I got a shower.
I really want them to rebalance the card system. I think that actually could be really cool and really fun, and like make challenge modes, and then because people do that kind of thing.
We didn't even play the other two modes, and the reason that we didn't play solo mode was because you actually can't progress your characters in solo mode. You have to be online, and Swarm, I've heard, is a broken mess. Like, it's either
In what way?
In the sense that you either have two teams that know what the fuck they're doing, so it's a good match, or you have one team that, or you have two teams that don't know what they're doing, so it's kind of sluggish and slow and nobody really knows how to take advantage of one or the other. Or you have one team just steamroll the other. Right. Where it's like one team plays the infected and one team plays the human characters.
Oh, you can play as infected?
You can do that in Left 4 Dead 2 as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I can do that in a better game.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
The best part about Left 4 Dead 2 is that at a certain point, they just took all the content from Left 4 Dead 1 and just put it in Left 4 Dead 2. So when you buy that game for $10 now, you're getting 2
both.
games worth of stuff. And it's not like there's major changes because they came out sequentially. They came out in, what was it, 2008 and 2009, or was it 2007, 2008?
You would know better. I think there was
I think it was 8 and 9,
maybe.
if I'm
yeah.
honest. But I'm not honest. No.
I don't know. Did you
Oh
guys?
my God.
Did you guys feel the cards did anything for you?
Not
The stamina, I felt, made a difference.
I wouldn't even
especially
Yeah.
because I was playing as was it Mom? And
Yeah, the
she
old-
was
you were.
incredibly slow. So the stamina boosts were good, but I really didn't pay attention to what was
I
going
kept
on with
running
the
out of
cards.
ammo
Like,
no matter how many
I kept
times.
Yeah,
running
no
out of
matter
it.
how much I did the 10 plus ammo, I
just
always
kept
ran out
running
of
out.
ammo every single time.
Yeah, I just I feel if you're going to implement a difficult or you're going to implement a semi-complicated like perk structure like
It's
that,
complicated.
you have to make it so it's like these are the choices you make or you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, you pick this thing. It's like you're going to be Mom. It's like you need to do this, but there also needs to be some benefit
My
for it.
friend
Like, why would you be
Connor-
Mom?
My friend
yeah.
Connor made a good observation that when you create roles in a game, you create an unintentional meta.
Absolutely. Like that's what it is. And if you're going to introduce roles and you're going to introduce cards, you're going to have a meta. If you're going to introduce cards alone, you'll have a meta. And it's like
So,
I felt it was an unaffecting meta.
The other thing, I guess, really my last point with this game is with Back 4 Blood. It's just that, like, I'm really fucking tired of developers assuming that, like, gamers are dumb in the sense that, like, where if you don't understand a complicated system that they've built, like, then you're the asshole. You know what I mean? And that's the vibe I get for Back 4 Blood. Whereas that, like, people are struggling to understand how this works, and like the developers aren't really like giving you tips and like how to like really utilize this system. And I'm not saying they're doing anything outwardly rude or mean. They made a statement or anything,
Right.
but KFC tweeted a
What?
picture of
Wait.
Left 4 Dead 2 with a picture of Back 4 Blood saying every game has their cheap knockoff. And then Back 4 Blood,
Why did
Back
KFC get
Turtle
it?
Yeah, how
Rock-
did KFC get involved in
Turtle Rock tweeted at them a picture of Popeye's chicken saying like takes one to know one or anything. It's like you took the time to do that, but you won't fucking tell anyone how to really like utilize this card system.
Shove it just right back up your ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's also super interesting to me about it is like you mentioned, you can't progress the solo mode. If you're going to do like procedural generation on levels and you're going to do like learn how to use this card game, that is one player activity for me. Like that's what I want to like. I want to play 10, 15 hours in a solo mode, understand who I like to play as, what I like to use, and what card structures I want to deck build,
Right.
and then go into it. And make like, otherwise it's like, I don't know, let me pick stamina. I picked stamina last time. Let me pick the gold. I can buy this update for my team. That's cool. Does that affect you guys? Do you give a shit? Like,
Does anybody care?
right.
Are you listening to me?
The game looks good. The game, like I think it looks pretty good.
All right, listen.
I'm trying to find the
I'm gonna
positives.
take
I'm
the
trying to
lead.
find
we're
the
fighting for
positives.
Hold on. You guys give me shit constantly because I'm really the only one here who cares about graphics in games, okay? This game looks like fucking dog shit. And the prime example is the goddamn water in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay?
So,
Yep.
They didn't take
The
the,
water
time
looks
to
good, it
add
just does
fucking
not.
water physics.
Yeah.
Okay? There's no splashing. And listen, those things matter. Okay? I'm sorry. Like, look at Cyberpunk. All right, which, by the way, did you guys know
I
it's
don't
been
wanna
a
look
year
at
since
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk came out?
Yeah. Oh,
1
no,
year,
I was
baby.
just talking about this the other day with Matt and how it's been a year ago since I had the biggest disappointment
And
in
that
my
game
They
entire
actually
life.
they delayed the anniversary. They're doing it next year.
Fantastic.
They the best part about that is that they said that instead of following their DLC roadmap and multiplayer, what they're gonna do is they're gonna like put out hot fixes and patches. None of those have come out yet, besides for like small incremental
working on
patches.
it.
Yeah, but like, listen, we'll do another episode on Cyberpunk and where it's at now if we want to. But
do we have to?
my point,
history of
my
Cyberpunk.
point is
How much
is-
does it cost now? Did they drop the
It's
price?
still
It's
full
def-
price.
They pay you to take it. They actually, it's
I mean,
$30 in your pocket.
If they did drop the price, I would consider getting it now.
I will
just to try.
Yeah.
I will say this though, it's kind of important to like look at Cyberpunk because Cyberpunk
it's
is a
cheaper.
game with multiple glitches, right? And
Multiple's an
the
understatement.
glitches break the immersion. It takes you out of the game.
100%. Like you're just walking around and all of a sudden you just like if you're swimming, if you jump into a river, you're now suddenly walking on water. Or you're walking around the town and cars are just not moving. Or people are just standing around just with Vaseline faces. And it's just like, where am I right now?
And so that's kind of my point is that like people are like, I don't get why people think glitches are so it's because it breaks immersion. And immersion matters in video games to be invested in the story and the characters and in the things that you're doing, right? You want to be immersed in that world. And as soon as we walked into that basement and our fucking ankles disappear, yet there's no splashing, no sloshing, nothing. I was just like, this is
Lazy.
This is
Yeah.
fucking,
Lazy.
Yeah, it's
You know what
lazy.
did it for me was when we barricaded ourselves in what it was like a church or something.
Yeah.
And I was so ready to punch the piano, and it just went dum. Like it made the same exact sound as it didn't make any musical sound or like broken, untuned keys. And then every surface that you hit makes the same sound, and you make the same mark on it. It doesn't look like they made any textures
Yeah.
for anything.
Which I think.
No, I was just gonna say, like the stuff with like the water and the piano, that all like I agree it breaks the immersion. But if this was a better game, I would be looking past that. If this was a much better game, these are kind of things that would be like, all right, so I don't punch, and it doesn't turn into.
These would be nitpicks. These would be nitpicks.
They would be nitpicked.
yeah,
they're-
but now
Yeah.
they destroyed the experience.
they were the
They're
straw
missing
that broke
features, yeah.
the camel's back, pretty much. I would rather play hide and seek that has no volume control, no ability to set your resolution.
Or hide and seek in real life.
I would rather go outside.
No, first of all, it's manhunt.
And
day.
boy-
Well, that's if
We're
it's
adults
outside.
now. It's manhunt.
manhunt if it's outside.
That's such-
Indoors, hide and seek.
And I think we're all at the point with society that the immersion is fucking broken. They didn't put enough time into this.
Simulation's busted,
If
dude.
someone sees me hiding in a bush and it's glitching out, I'm playing manhunt. Go away.
You're ruining the render. Get away.
Yeah. Also, the NPCs, you can't shoot them in the head.
Yeah.
Or you shoot them in the head and they don't die. Immersion broken.
How come I can't kill unceremoniously? It's just bullshit.
Yeah, they should make it so it's like we're talking about like when you get to a safe room, there's usually an NPC or something hanging in there, and it's like their shop is a safe room. It should be like you shoot them, you can't use the shop anymore. Like,
Yeah.
that is a quick thing to do, and it's just
Exactly.
like, oh, fuck, I messed up.
before
That's a great idea.
So before we move on from this snooze fest to the next snooze fest that we're going to talk about, I do want to mention that the one thing that they did get right was the fucking lore of this game, because it is awesome. It's this thing called the devil worm, and that's it's a parasite that has infected all of these people, thus creating this zombie apocalypse. But it's actually from space, and it crash landed in Alberta, Canada first. And that's why, like, when you go through the game, you see all these Blame Canada spray paint stuff because Canada didn't like contain this
Classic.
virus, and it actually hasn't gone to Europe yet. It's just North America.
Did they write this pre or post COVID?
No, it's funny you bring that up though, because there's a point about that to talk in Halloween too when we talk about that later.
Call it the Kung Flu.
Dude, don't get me started.
I'm trying to think of like what would it be like? How would you make it the zombie apocalypse into a Canadian pun?
Ooh.
Zombie.
Zombie.
That's the best I can think of.
Are
and
the
it's not
cranberries
good.
from Canada?
Maybe.
Don't start.
Mad moose disease.
Mad moose disease.
I don't hate it.
It's a jumping off
Well, I'll
point.
keep thinking about it. We'll come back to that.
God damn it, Justin Trudeau. That's just where I'm at. Anyway, yeah, so the next snooze fest. DC Fandom.
Yes.
So I watched the whole 4-hour event.
I'm sorry,
You guys
dude.
know me.
Bless you.
I don't normally watch these things, but I was home anyway, and I had it up while I was playing something else. So I only pulled some things for us to talk about because really that's the only. Everything else was like comics, like the TV shows that nobody here watches, and I have no desire to watch.
I watched the trailer for Peacemaker. I'm surprised you didn't put it on the list.
I thought about us I thought about bringing that up now, but honestly, that there's going to be more for us to talk about in the future. Just it looks good. James Gunn wrote and directed it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what else to say.
But I mean, of all the things, obviously we haven't revealed what we're talking about, but of all the things that I watched, that was one of the more interesting things that I saw.
Compared to
Everything on our list.
Well, I mean, most
everything.
Not everything,
here's the
but
thing. When we
most
get
of our
into
list.
it, there's not a lot that's been shown for a lot of the things we're going to talk
Yeah,
about. Like
so-
it's been 30 seconds of a trailer.
Yeah.
right?
So just right off the bat, there is something that is not. That is that I was gonna take a sip of that. That is not.
No more you are.
Shit. That is not on this list, and that is Batman Caped Crusader. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
It's the original team behind Batman the Animated Series, plus J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves.
no.
No, Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is on this shit.
You tell JJ he can't write. He can only direct.
It's not coming until 2023, and it's just going to be Batman and his
Animated?
original Rogues Gallery. Yep. And it's going to HBO Max, so they get to
Oh,
do
it's
whatever
gonna be
they
good.
want. Yeah. I obviously there's no details on length of episodes, but what they did say is that like we're going to be going back to like Batman year 1. Like this motherfucker ain't even Batman yet. Like Batman the Animated Series starts 10 years into his career. This is going to be straight up like day 1 motherfuckers.
We're
What's
gonna
good?
see his parents get shot.
Again.
In HD 4K.
Isn't that funny how like that's the one thing nobody wants to see, and they still felt the need to put that in a Joker movie. So just something I thought worth bringing up. Like I said, they didn't have anything to show about it because all of them are working on separate projects right now. But either way, right off the top, Black Adam. The Rock looks good. That's what I put.
Of course he does.
Just another Rock movie. How did this villain get his own movie?
That's
The Rock.
Yeah.
That's super interesting though, because he's a villain from Shazam,
Yes.
and it's like they have a Shazam movie coming out,
Yes.
and these two are unrelated.
Yes. Well, no, they're
Or
gonna.
they're gonna give The Rock
they're
his own
related, but
vehicle.
they're separate.
Yeah, but the other
It's
thing
not like
is
you're
that,
putting
like,
The Rock in Shazam 2 as the villain.
The Rock has been working on this project since like 2012, and that's
Really?
not a joke. He's been meeting with Warner Brothers in DC, fleshing out the story and fleshing out where he falls in this whole thing that
Before
they're
they,
doing.
they were even gonna
Oh,
do a
yeah.
Shazam.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean,
That's interesting.
He's The Rock, bro. He's got that type of power.
it might have just been because my phone was dark when I was watching this, but I didn't even know that was The Rock until I then looked it up later, and I was just like, "That was The Rock."
on like the
I
on the
believe
thing on the
it.
DC where they announced it. He's the one that's announcing the movie.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's why. That's why.
They showed like a 1.5-minute trailer, and it
Just
guess it
him
looks good.
getting summoned and shot at. Like,
And then
it's cool because like he like melts the dude. So I mean, it's gonna be gritty and gory.
yeah. I mean, The Rock can do that in real life though too. So,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that was not
That was
special
not.
bro, he melts my heart every day.
so
They
I'm
just took people from Guantanamo. It's like this is how you're going out.
game.
I'm
Make
curious.
the most of it.
I'm curious to know how he, how he fits into like. Have you guys seen Shazam?
No, not the first one.
It's great. It actually is genuinely great.
I only
recommend
watch
you guys
things
check it
that
out.
that I can say bad things about afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Good take.
But I'm curious to know how he fits in that world because, I mean, they.
You know how he fits in like the comic world, or did you look up
he's
that at all?
Shazam's. I don't know if he's necessarily his like.
He's
his
like the
arch
anti-hero
nemesis.
kind
He's
of
like
thing.
anti-hero. type of
Bizarro.
vibe.
They both get
Eh.
they both get the electric power kind of thing. He used to be like a slave in this
He's-
old.
Yeah, but he's also like a god thing too.
Yeah, because he. Gets,
I don't know
he
much
gets,
about this.
He
like-
gets brought to that like wherever they get the powers.
Yeah.
Because he was a slave as a kid and like all the shit. So I think like The Rock definitely wants to do it from like a that kind of like a social commentary perspective
Yeah.
too. Pierce Brosnan's in it.
Yeah.
He's playing Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate is like a mystical being, but like that helmet is like what really makes him magical, and like there's voices in his head that tell him what
He's
to do.
Magneto
and
and
not to do.
Doctor Strange, essentially.
Yeah, kind of.
But more
yeah.
handsome.
That's why they're covering up
yeah.
his face with
It was super cool. He was like, he said in the thing, he's like compared to like, I've done all the James Bonds. I did that for 10 years. He's like,
and this
nothing
is way bigger.
compares to this that I've done.
But
like,
I
for this
mean,
movie.
they're probably contractually obligated to say that.
Oh, I didn't put this on the list. My bad.
Peacemaker.
No, we got to talk about Aquaman too, because fucking the reaction to Amber Heard in the trailer. So let's finish up Shazam and then we'll
Amber
get to it.
Turd.
Amber Turd.
Also, is Yahya Abdul-Mateen, was he always Submariner?
Yes, he's all Black Manta.
Black Man. Did I say Submariner? Yeah.
Submariner is
That's
that's the other one.
Black Manta. Was that
He's Sergeant Pepper, actually.
was that always him under the mask? Mm-hmm. Well, now I care. I like him a lot.
He was maskless in the first Aquaman.
I did not know that. I
Yeah.
didn't care about.
They
the
make
first.
him Black Manta in that movie.
All right. Well, now I'm gonna go watch it.
It's on my movies anywhere.
So what was
In 4K.
the reaction to Amber?
Oh, okay. I guess Shazam Fury of the Gods. Oh, my thing was that Zachary Levi. Let's do Shazam Fury because these two are connected. Shazam Fury of the Gods. Zachary Levi looks old. What the fuck?
Well, he was like,
Pull him up.
it's been like 15 years since he was in
Shazam, the first one.
well, A, Shazam, but then B, since he was in Chuck, like, you know.
Yep.
Did y'all watch Chuck?
No.
What? Oh, it's really good actually. Or
I was busy watching Whose Line Is It Anyway reruns.
same.
And loving every second.
Before and after.
But I mean, the man looks good. You can't tell me it. Getting that silver fox era.
Dude, tell me during DC fandom he didn't look fucking old though, bro.
Yeah, he
pull
did,
up-
but
did you search for Fando?
that's also like the poorly lit, like put him in front of the thing quickly for an interview.
Put him in the void. Put him in the black void of the
Let's
fandom.
see.
That one on the right. Second row on the right.
Second row on the right.
There
That
you
one
go.
right. Scroll
Keep
down,
down. Right there. Right
no,
there.
this wasn't it.
That was him in
this
the-
was
that's-
not
No, he's
it.
not.
This
he's
is
not
him
looking
in
that
the
old there.
video. This was
That's
him
the
in the
one I'm
video.
talking
But
about.
no. There's one of him like introducing the clip, like where like the kid who plays Billy Batson said like, and is like, and this is our movie Shazam, and then like the kid changes from that to Zachary Levi, and it's like, oh, what the fuck happened to you?
movie Shazam.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and he's only 41.
I know, which is a shame.
But
I want to look like that when I'm 41.
Honestly,
you guys
yeah.
are going at him.
seriously,
Yeah,
That
that's
is in
insane.
shape.
I'd
Age
love
is
to be
coming
that.
for
I'd
all
love
of
to be
us.
that silver fox.
um,
And I got the grays.
the other
Don't
thing
worry, they're
about
coming.
this, so they have Helen Mirren
Yeah.
Mirren, yeah.
Mirren.
is playing
Hephaestra or whatever her name is.
they accidentally said what her character's real name
Yeah,
is.
they did.
Yeah.
They
I noticed
they
that.
fucking spoiled that.
Yeah.
Calypso.
Yeah, and then who's the other one? I'll look it up. I should have wrote this down, but
I
I
can't
didn't.
remember.
goddess.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy
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 Liu.
Liu.
Yeah.
Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I don't need to look that up then.
What was like the tenor of the first movie? Was it like
Feel good.
I'm a
Jokey
kid.
fun.
I'm a kid in a 41-year-old's body.
Cool.
Pretty much.
And loving it.
13 going
okay,
on 30?
so it's like
big.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the whole thing with like the first Shazam, and I don't want to ruin the movie because I'd rather you guys watch it because it is good. It's a fun like comedy type of vibe. Orphan gets adopted, finds a cave, says the word,
as a wizard.
becomes the dude.
Yeah.
And then like he is, he's a 15-year-old in a 41-year-old's body with powers that are not
With
only
cum gutters.
that are
There we go.
that are not only comparable to Superman, but
His cum gutters or his powers?
his cum gutters, but magic magic and kryptonite are the two things that Superman's weak to, so he could actually beat the shit out of Superman.
Yeah, there's
Wait, is he
comics
made
where
out
they
of
fight,
kryptonite?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but
he's
magic.
Oh, you said magic and kryptonite, and I was assuming that meant Shazam has kryptonite.
Oh no, he's got a kryptonite wang. Anyway,
Crypto Wang.
crypto wang.
It's like a batarang. Give it back.
Give it back. Throw it back. Come on.
I'll tell you what. There's actually, now that we're talking about it, there's this great scene in like it's like one of those movies where Mark Strong plays the villain in Shazam, and there is this great scene where they are flying over the city. It takes place in Philadelphia, by the way.
Yeah, it's cheap to shoot there.
So
Affordability.
takes place in Philly. They're over the city, and Mark Strong starts monologuing and having this like this most devious dialogue, and then it cuts to Zachary Levi, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "I can't hear what you're like." That's the tone of the movie. This, like I said, jokey comedy,
Breaking the
like,
trope, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. It was good.
I was just gonna say we got Genre Geek saying Kingdom Come Shazam gives Superman the business.
He's right.
What kind of business, Genre Geeks?
Those cum gutters.
Share a little more detail.
And then the thing that they're talking about in this movie that they're adding to is at the end of the last movie, the Shazam family shows up. Do you guys? That's like all his
Shazamly.
I'm glad you said it because I was thinking
Shazamly. The whole thing is like the last movie. They all like grab the stick and he's like, "Say the word," and they all say it, and they all get superpowers. And that's like a thing in the comics where all of his friends also get superpowers. So now they're like, "Yay, we're superpowered orphans, and we're gonna
kill all the parents.
We are going to correct the wrongs against
everyone's orphans. No one is.
It's just syndrome. This shit. Oh boy.
God damn it, Hollywood, call us.
That is dope.
Yeah,
Great
we got
ideas.
ideas.
Yeah, they're not good ideas. They're great ideas. But yeah, I'm excited for them to expand on that as well because that was a fun aspect of that.
How long was it since the first movie? Do you remember when that came out?
2018,
I believe.
It's going to be like a
2019?
5-year gap. between them.
2019. Let me see.
Wow.
That's still substantial for like a superhero movie.
Oh, 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know, there
4
was
years
this
in
thing
between.
that happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That pushed their
Batman
movie.
didn't get delayed, Pat.
You know, technically, Batman should have been out by now.
That's what I'm saying.
But, you know, that got delayed
Was it a
because of the
segue?
whole
Was that about to be a
sex
segue?
thing.
Well, you've got other things in between.
We're saving that one for
That's
last.
that's a breadcrumb.
We'll get there. Yeah. So let's talk about Aquaman. I think the first Aquaman is a movie for the eyes and not for the brain. However, it's James Wan and Jason Momoa. Patrick Wilson's in it. Was his heart ugly face?
Ugly face?
The Goblin.
There
Green
we go.
Goblin.
What's his name?
Willem Dafoe?
There we go.
Willem
That's
Dafoe.
his name.
Willem
Yeah.
Ugly
Dafoe.
face.
Yes. Have you seen his
Big
face?
Dick Will.
You speak, Pat.
He's in it. He's very good. I didn't know her name watching the movie, so I just kept calling her Pretty Lady the entire time.
As sure.
And, you know, we were in the movie, and I leaned over my friend and I was like, "The only crime that's been committed is that woman sucked Johnny Depp's dick."
Oh no, Pat. So Amber's in the movie.
Yeah, she's good. She was good in the movie. All right.
But bad in real life.
Horrible in real life. As a matter of fact, I'll go on record saying it. She should not be in this movie.
We're canceling Amber Heard.
I legit don't know why they didn't like pull her out of it.
Yeah.
There were some rumors that she was going to get replaced by Emilia Clarke,
Right.
too. Which would make
Ooh.
sense because Game of Thrones, Warner Brothers, you know.
Yeah, she needs something else to do.
Yeah, James Wan, Jason Momoa, they have
Yeah.
good chemistry, you know.
Scoot her in there. Just could have done it.
Actually, I didn't even think about the Jason Momoa thing. That would actually really work. Get rid of Amber Turd.
I
You
mean,
want Amelia.
now that I say it out loud, think about their chemistry in the context of that show.
Yeah, but well, what's the character? Is the character like a? Are they?
Don't say the word. Okay, I've been thinking the same thing. Don't say the word. But I like the first one a lot, even though I know there's like I said, there's a point in that movie where Aquaman straight up is just like, yeah, I'm gonna leave you here to die and figure this out later. Like Aquaman's a fucking asshole in the first half of that movie.
He's not wanted by his people, Pat.
Have some goddamn sympathy.
Tell me
I
I'm
think
wrong.
he's something like he's like I'm a son of the land and the sea, and like I don't belong in one and nobody wants me in the other one or something. It's like, dude,
They're like,
shut the
okay,
fuck
you
up.
air breather, you get out of here.
He's an outcast in both worlds. But he's got those cum gutters.
That's why he's the
Some interesting facts.
Chiseled.
It's the only movie that DC's put out that has cracked $1 billion.
That's
Very disappointing.
the state of DC these days.
It's the only movie that's come out
Struggling to
cracked
keep
$1
the
billion.
lights on.
Like I said, I think it's a fun, dumb adventure movie.
It's got the trench.
It's got the trench.
When's that coming out?
They canceled it. Thank God. They had some fucking sense.
No, we should probably get rid of that.
That's how they kill Amber Heard.
They drop her in the trench.
That would be great if they dropped her in. They just ripped her to shreds.
They- yeah,
oh
it's-
my
it's not a
God.
full- it's not a full
what
movie.
happened?
It's like a Pixar short.
Yeah.
So,
It's like a Marvel one shot.
And then it's like
There's piranhas and shit that just tear her
I
up.
would love the movie to start with like,
Anglerfish.
"Hey Mara, check out my giant underwater blender I have over here." Whoops.
Don't go near it.
And then they start the plot. Interesting. They confirmed that Amber Heard is in the movie by showing her on set filming stuff. No testimonial though. I watched that live stream light up like a fucking Christmas tree when she came. Like F's in the chat for Amber Heard. Get rid of her. Hashtag. Everybody's on board with getting rid of her. Why are they keeping her? Because she's definitely fucking somebody who's producing the movie. Has to be.
Or contract, you know. Like,
I mean,
It might
there's
be.
that.
And that's on God, baby girl.
I mean,
no, but I mean, most people have like a contract of like poor publicity clause where it's like, oh, you did something shitty, you get to leave.
I mean, yeah, but it's also like
Get to leave?
I don't really want to have.
That's a nice way of you get to leave.
you're allowed to leave.
I don't really want to have the bigger conversation because I don't feel like having that conversation right now. There's also a lot more nuance, but I'm just saying one guy on the other end of this lost everything. And even though he did bad stuff, the other person did bad stuff too, and they're still around. Just saying.
They're both very shitty.
They're toxic
They're
people.
both
Johnny
very-
should have
And
never
One of them doesn't get to continue his run in a Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
he gets to be on commercials for perfume.
Yeah?
Yeah,
haven't seen him.
he's playing
Oh,
the
yeah.
guitar in like the desert for like it's like a I don't know.
He's the
and
next
he's
Matthew McConaughey.
Honestly though, yeah.
And he's just like digging a hole. Like he just goes into the desert, sauvage, and
Yeah.
he's just digging
I
some hole.
also love how I saw someone in like the live stream chat be like, "I'm not worried about Mara in this movie. In real life and in Atlanta, she can clearly hold her own." Like,
Damn. I don't know why they're not dropping her, dude.
well, she also did have a threesome with what's
Cara
it called?
Delevingne and Elon Musk.
And Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, you know.
What?
Yeah.
To be a fly on the wall.
No, thank you.
That was the third person you listed was not the person I was expecting.
Oh, yeah.
Elon
you want
Musk?
to talk about
yeah,
cum
I was
gutters.
picturing maybe Jason Momoa or somebody, but not Elon.
Speaking of which,
Money.
Jason Momoa is rocking the dad bod. He's not totally ripped in this one.
Pull it
I,
up. Pull
I
it up.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
I gotta
it.
see this.
It
It makes you feel a little bit better.
does. It really does.
I could feasibly achieve that.
Yes,
look.
I can. Also, like, you know, he's
Just
what,
grow.
45, 40.
Fat Thor right
It's
now.
just like who needs like,
Like,
you
let me
know,
just grow a foot.
this man-
you know, put on like 50 pounds of muscle
and get a tan.
yeah,
Get a bunch of tattoos.
change my genetics.
Oh, by the way, this movie's called Aquaman and the
Fury of the Gods.
The Lost Kingdom. That's what it is.
Okay.
Is it Atlantis?
Level tears apart.
It's Chicago.
He's walking around Detroit. Like,
In the winter.
Seattle.
what the fuck? It's like, oh, that's Aquaman over there.
And it's like social commentary. It's like, well, there's Antifa, and there's the Proud Boys.
Let me try it.
We got to bring these two groups
Takes on
together.
the Flint water crisis.
That's
Yo,
actually a better premise.
Actually, while we're talking about this, right? I think it's kind of funny how like the new Superman, right? Jordan Kent, I think his name is like that's the new Superman for whatever they're doing, right? And his whole thing is like he's like with the millennials and Gen Z, so he like shows up at a protest in the comic book. It's like, bro, you're fucking Superman though. You
You can change all this real quick,
you
but
do it.
You don't need to be here. We're the protest is to tell you to do something. All right, see,
the earth is getting too hot. I mean, I'll push it like 20
So-
feet that
Is
way.
that really his body?
that's really his body.
No.
Yes, it is.
This is like when Vin Diesel like in between movies just lets it all go.
Yeah.
And you know what?
He's
still
said in
ripped.
between movies.
He's still in better shape than everyone I know in my life.
Yeah, 100%.
He could just lose like 15 pounds of water.
But like as you're moving through this,
one shot.
like as you're moving through this, it's like no testimonials from Amber Heard. Oh, here's Candyman. Let him go. I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh.
There's Patrick Wilson. He's back. So they show her filming stuff, but they don't put. That's it
for
like,
a half of a second.
Yeah.
That honestly could have accidentally get left into.
Who the fuck left that in there?
Oh, we messed up.
So I'm really looking forward to this one because I really did enjoy the first one. It's just a dumb adventure movie.
I gotta watch it.
It's got that
Do a
like
game night.
that same movie as that same fight scene that's in *Malignant*. The same thing is in the first
Oh, cool.
like fight scene of this
So
movie.
you're saying it's not good?
It's great.
That Malignant fight scene was dope. Killing all the cops.
With the chair thrown in the chair.
Where she was backwards?
You get hit by a chair across the room and you tell me you don't stand up after that. Like,
Fuck you, Burke.
We got
You tell me you get hit by a chair.
we got a spare chair right behind me. I can toss it.
Give him the chair.
cut to the room overhead cam.
All right. So
There's like a fisheye lens.
It's just like a live leak.
we're screaming on live leak now.
Just Nick.
All right, we're pivoting here, and we're going to video games real quick. So let's start with Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Another cinematic trailer. I don't know what the gameplay is. Looks funny as fuck. Like I love that last joke where they keep zapping Penguin at the end. That
Blow his head up.
Yeah, I really like that, and I appreciate the fact that like at any moment Superman could just murder all of the Suicide Squad. Any toe-to-toe with any of the Justice League members of the Suicide Squad.
He can go toe-to-toe against all of them combined. And just
any of them. The
Any
Flash,
of them.
Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, any of them.
He's too OP.
Yeah, but even then,
He's
it's just
all
like,
the cheat codes combined.
I love the fact that it's like Brainiac took over the Justice League.
I was gonna say, what is the like? Why are they killing them?
It's Brainiac.
Yeah.
Brainiac has taken them
That's
over.
why all their eyes are all janked up and everything.
Probably, yeah.
But now the one thing I want to know is it going to be a co-op? Like, is it going to be where
Nobody
you can
knows.
It's going to
play?
be just
no,
like
no
the
one has, like the
Avengers game. It's going to be
Nobody has any idea. However, considering I think at least that Rockstar knocked it out of the park with their Batman trilogy, that I think that this game is in great
It's
hands.
Rockstar?
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, not
I'm
Rockstar.
excited.
Shit.
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady. My bad.
They can't just like fix the Justice League. We gotta kill them. Like,
No, dude, fuck it. Let's
I'm
murder 'em.
assuming that's
Start from
probably
scratch.
what'll happen.
Just gotta
but
start from scratch.
That title, Fix the Justice League, doesn't really...
it reminds me of like God of War, where
Suicide
it's like
Squad intervention.
Yes.
Let's watch this family fall apart.
therapy. Like sit them down and use some hypnosis.
Level 1, write your letter on how Superman has harmed you in the past.
Dear Superman, I have known you for
Just
10
fucking
years.
melts you right there.
But your
it's-
addiction to kryptonite has
it's-
really
yeah.
hurt us.
Yeah.
It reminds me of God of War, where it's like you're killing like gods, basically.
Yeah, the
which
only
is
thing
cool.
that disappoints me is just that it's another cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, no
not-
gameplay.
Yeah, and I get that coronavirus pushed everybody home, so they're all working from home, and they're and that probably makes it harder to send project files to each other and stuff, and build assets and everything. But it's time. If this is due out in 2022, we need some gameplay. That's why I think this will magically slip into 2023.
I could totally see it being pushed back.
Magically slip.
Well, because there's not another Suicide Squad movie planned to come out next year, right?
No, but I believe that James Gunn is working on another.
Well,
So
the
they-
fact that they're doing not to keep bringing it up, but the Peacemaker series.
we
it's
get
like,
it, Nick. You're looking forward to Peacemaker.
But I mean, the fact that they're doing that, it's like they're definitely not going to let that slip away.
No,
it's like the
which
one
is-
property that everybody got behind.
Which is why I think they could be like, oh, we're going to do Suicide Squad, part 2 of this new one or whatever in, holidays of 2023. Let's slip this halfway through the year to promote it too.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, even the good word of mouth couldn't save the last one. Just too much stank on the first one.
I just hope if it's a co-op game, it's just better than the Avengers game. That's all. Like
Danny,
it's hard to be
I'm telling
worse.
you.
It's hard to be worse.
How would you
It's
know
hard to be
though?
worse.
You haven't played it.
I've seen enough.
He knows. He doesn't even have to
I've
play.
seen enough.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
I'm the only one here who's been burned by the Avengers.
Yeah, and then we didn't stop hearing about it. So
So I know.
I have not come in here every day and been like the Avengers
Nonstop.
game.
for the last
shit the bed.
for the last 51 weeks.
Dude, I text Pat and all he says is, "Dude, I can't think right now. I'm still thinking about the Avengers."
Still
game."
tight, can't talk.
Yeah, I was just asking if you were around on Friday. That's-
Still tight, can't talk. All right,
We
so,
did get gameplay though. For
not of. I mean, technically,
the other- yeah,
but they put out gameplay last time they talked about it, not this time. This
The
time it was
Peacemaker video game.
a peacemaker keeping the peace.
the piece is kept.
Gotham Knights. We got like a behind the scenes sort of breakdown of what the game is. So we talked about it last episode. We did DC Fandom, which was a year ago, and it's a co-op experience game. You can play the whole game in co-op, and you play Batman is dead.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, and Red Hood. And you're basically taking on the Court of Owls, which also plays into the next Batman movie that's coming out.
Dude, Court of Owls is like the lamest name for like a study group that loves Tootsie Pops. It was just that. That's the dumbest name
I was
I've ever
wondering where
heard.
you were going with that,
I've never
and I
heard of
like
them.
where it landed.
How many
never
licks did
heard
it
of-
take you today, gentlemen?
That is the lamest name.
Either way, it's more of an RPG experience where, you know, your gear and your gadgets can be modified to do certain things against certain enemies, as well as your actual base stats of characters. They put out a gameplay of them driving, like Batgirl was on like a motorcycle, and I think Nightwing had the Batmobile, and they fought Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, the Mr. Freeze gameplay is
Yeah.
out where they like go into his hideout, or not hideout, but
wherever he's
His freezer.
Yeah, decided to make a lot of ice in
Right.
Gotham City this time.
yeah.
And it looks good. I
think this is the thing I'm most excited about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you actually gonna get it?
Probably not. In all honesty, like I'm notorious for like I can't wait for this, and then it comes out and I just don't act on it. But
Well, it's
it
like I
looks
said,
good.
It's a fully co-op experience, so you
Yeah.
can play the whole game with your buddies.
What
and it's
systems is
Like
going to be on?
PC,
Yeah, it'll be on
PS5,
everything.
Xbox Series X.
And it's
we
like
can
it's-
all we can
we
all play
can all
together.
play it.
We
I
can't
don't think it's
together.
4-player. It's just 2, right?
yeah, but even then,
Yeah.
Two and two.
Oh, okay.
2 and 2. Yeah, who fucking
Combat.
cares? Yeah, exactly.
But it looks like all the Arkham games. Like it looks like the same kind of like.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what they're going
but
for.
better.
Right.
Yeah.
Why fix what's not broken?
Oh no, they're fantastic games.
You know,
Like
and like you know, like I said before, I think Rocksteady really set the template for how to make a true like superhero game. That combat system that they created for Batman Arkham Asylum, every superhero game uses that now.
Yup.
Literally every single one, including the new Spider-Man games. Like it's just
And it's great.
same with
just, yeah.
Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Use the same combat
those
system.
were great. I loved those games. Like
Yeah.
Parry, heavy attack, quick attack, and then it's just like having the alertness thing just above it. It's
Just a counter. You just
Yeah,
counter
a
and
counter.
punch.
Yup.
And then there's different combos for like
you can
know,
sneak. You don't have to sneak. Like
stealth.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the
stealth?
best
Nah.
development
you can
in,
snack.
You can.
the best development in gameplay controls will always be the rail grind balance in the Tony Hawk games.
Oh,
That's the best.
Sonic Adventure, you mean?
The Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2.
It's the Chow Garden. That's Liz's favorite.
Yeah. Trying to get like a little black dude. Like he was hard to get. The little black Chow.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
talking about Chows.
I was very confused. I'm like, I don't know what Sonic game you're talking about.
let's
outta
get let's get Burke's apology thumbnail.
Yeah,
ready.
right.
Let's just have it ready to go.
That'd be the sad face.
Yeah, Burke, give us the apology face.
Yeah, I'm sorry you guys don't understand context. It's my apology.
Sonic Adventure 3 takes place in Camden.
That's worse than what I was saying.
That's worse. That's way
That's
worse.
worse. Sorry, it's a cheap joke. Sorry, it was cheap. It's cheap. It was fun, but it was cheap. Anyway, so interesting. This doesn't have a release date yet, but it's clearly more far along than the Suicide Squad game.
Which one said in production?
The Flash?
Right. Yes. Okay.
this was supposed to be out this year, and it was supposed to be like March. The month the game was supposed to come out, the developer said, "Hey, we're pushing it back a year because we take a year, take as much time as you need to make the fucking thing good." Because yeah, there we go. Need I remind everyone about Cyberpunk?
Right.
Take as much time as you need. So we got 2 more on this list. The Flash movie.
But can we just talk about the intro that
Oh
Ezra
my
Miller
god!
gave?
Oh my god! Please.
Why would they allow him to dress like that?
I mean,
I think that's
thought-
just how he dresses.
just-
Like,
he-
he's
I
I
just
mean,
very
that's
him.
fine. Like this, the choker though, I'd have been.
It's- he-
as a producer, I would have been like, you got to get.
he
rid of
dresses
that.
androgynously, and I think that's a big part of like the draw
yeah, I think,
for him.
Yeah, I think
Is
people
that
like
after
him.
or before he's choking out women in Iceland? Because I think that matters.
That's another thing that went over my head.
Do you not know
I
about that?
don't know about
they
that. I
wanted
don't
to
know about
cancel
that.
Ezra Miller too because some lady got in his face and I forget what she said to him, but you know it was clearly an invasion of his personal space, and he literally grabbed her by the throat and throws her on the ground.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hold on, I'll bring it up. It's worth
Yeah, I
it.
gotta
step
see
1,
that.
stay out of my personal space.
Step 2, my personal space. Stay out of it.
This is a big one.
While
Step
you're pulling that up, it was just weird the way that it was. It felt like none of it was rehearsed at all. They didn't. The first take.
Yeah, it felt like he was like kind of drunk.
Yeah.
And was like, you know what? Watch it. I don't give a fuck.
We're just
all
gonna
right,
wing it.
We're looking forward to seeing you in theaters, but more importantly, you're gonna see me.
Roll the fucking clip.
It's not a trailer. No matter, don't get it confused. It's not a
Oh
trailer.
yeah, that he's like me and this other dude cut, and I was like, you
Yeah,
didn't
oh,
do shit.
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah. Me and my maestro. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Andy Muschietti, what he meant by that is Andy Muschietti's the director.
Yeah,
But maestro means master, does it not?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's the director, so he would be the
But
maestro.
again,
of the
How
film.
much is Ezra doing?
Yeah. I don't think Ezra really had much to do with.
I don't think he touched the 3 seconds of footage they have
No,
for this
dude,
movie.
that guy's never been in an edit bay in his life. All right,
that's
here we
what
go.
we're
That being
criticizing
said,
him for.
as soon as I heard Michael Keaton, I got chills.
Yes.
Here we go.
subscribe and share and make a like for the video.
Oh, what?
Facebook.
That was not the way you described
Oh,
it.
jeez. No, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen.
Whoa, bro.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to fight?
She
gonna-
said she
very
she
calm
got in
about
his,
it.
she put something in his face. Like this is a little doctored, but
You need to be able to see
but
how that with the
she
lead
she
up.
put something in his face and said something like said something like she wanted to fight.
like, "Oh, Flash,
And
you
I'm
wanna
pretty
fight?"
sure he's pissed drunk here too. So that's
I'd
why he was like,
imagine.
"Oh yeah, you want to fight?" And like there you go. There's the money shot right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, wait.
There it is.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
yeah, look at the
God.
face of
looks like
terror
she's
right there.
She would look like she was having fun for some reason.
And to think he could have just ran around the world and turned her insides to liquid. He showed her mercy as far
Dude,
as
can we
I'm
put this in
concerned.
slow motion and put the song?
So anyway,
I wish I knew about that when it happened. I would totally would have made it.
so
Oh, Genre Geek says, dude straight up choke slammed her.
yeah.
He
100%.
gently let her down.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I've
he
seen-
actually
I will
held her
say-
by the throat and lowered
And
her
then
down.
I've seen
Let her
choke
just,
slams.
like,
The man
stick
didn't
the
like
landing.
wha- boom.
Okay, maybe I'm sorry. He didn't tabletop her.
That's what I was expecting. I was expecting her to just like totally destroy this person.
My leg. Anyway, she's just like
This is in Iceland, you said, or
someone in the Nordic
Right,
countries.
They're just all happy up
One of those
there. So
Bernie
that's what she
Sanders
just
countries.
I'm just happy to be here.
Even when they're street fighting, they have smiles on their face.
It's because they have health.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
healthcare.
it'll be fine. I'll get this shit fixed for free. Anyway, so let's start with the Flash movie. It's taking heavy inspiration from the Flashpoint story. If you don't, that's what like reset the New 52 to be like what was the new Rebirth? I think it was called after New 52. Or
Whatever
did
you
it
tell
turn?
me.
Genre geeks
Sure.
actually would know better than anyone. Did the Flashpoint saga create New 52, or did it end New 52 and turn it into DC Rebirth?
Genre Geeks, let us know.
They would know.
We're calling
I'm pretty
on you.
sure they turned it into the New 52 because I think
Well-
DC Rebirth was caused by Dr. Manhattan. Anyway,
Here's my question: are they gonna reboot and like just get rid of
well, I
all
don't
the Zack
think-
Snyder?
I don't
please.
think. I don't think. I think there's an element of that, but I don't think that's what it's like they're going to end up doing, because the whole thing is jumping multiverses.
So
Right.
tired of multiverses already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Like,
let's just keep going here. Heavy inspiration from Flashpoint story, which we watched the animated film in college together. The one where Thomas Wayne Batman. However, instead
Genre Geeks, Yas created New 52.
okay, so yeah, it created the New 52. DC Rebirth was when Dr. Manhattan snapped, and yeah. Anyway, in lieu of Thomas Wayne Batman, they're going to the Michael Keaton Batman universe. So even though the motherfucker is 70, he will have a heavy role as Batman.
Are you saying he's going to be? Oh, okay. All right.
like cape and cowl and everything? He's
Yeah.
going to be
Well,
a
I
part
mean,
of the
is it
Avengers.
going to be old Batman, or is it going to be like Michael Keaton?
Michael
like,
Keaton
shoehorning
right
the young
now,
Batman?
as you see him.
No, I understand.
They're gonna
He
CGI
physically
his
is
face.
old.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get like the Irishman kind of thing going on here?
No, I don't think we'll get shiny Batman. I don't think so.
Where he's struggling to kick somebody on the ground.
I don't think that will be the case. However, Ben Affleck is reprising his role as Batman as well, and he's going to be the jumping off point, I think, because he came off the set and said, "I had a fucking wonderful time making this one."
It's been a long time since I've enjoyed any part of my life.
yeah, which is
You've
weird.
seen me carrying
Which is
Dunkin'
weird
Donuts.
because he made Justice League and was like, "I want to chop my own head off." And I mean, I think this is the way that they keep Ben Affleck in these as a part of this, because like they gave him a little bit of Joker, and then now they have Robert Pattinson and Michael Keaton, and then now they gave him more to do in Flash, because originally he wasn't coming back. Then it was, all right, I'll come back, and then it was, all right, I'll do cape and cowl stuff, and then he like there's pictures of him full blown on a bat cycle and everything, like doing an action sequence. So I think this is him slowly coming, like they tried with the stick, now they got the
bring
carrot.
him back out.
Yeah.
Get him out of the closet
You know?
here. Shake him off. Dust him off.
Get him out of the closet.
Not
That's
to,
the Batman
not to
closet.
make fun of
Check out
anyone.
everybody.
Not to make fun of anyone's vices, but they left a bottle of vodka and a carton of cigarettes.
I was thinking more the Dunkin' Donuts. I was picturing him on the bat cycle with the tray with the drinks on the front.
Hey, listen, you guys saw him at the end of Justice League.
Picturing
He
J-Lo.
looks good. He's in shape. He's
Back
tapping that
tats
ass.
looking great. Like,
Back tat.
He's back with J-Lo. Life is on track again.
yeah.
Yeah, he turned things around. Things were looking pretty bleak for him for a while.
Yeah,
Which is how he was able to get into character for Batman. So now we're
I
going to see
can't
a
wait for
happy.
the
He had to
sequel.
shoot his own
Howdy Doody.
parents.
I'm sorry,
It's,
Mom
it's
and
the
Dad.
meme of the guy who's like crying while he's gonna shoot somebody.
Hey guys, can you kill my parents in front of me, please?
I need it. That's I'm a method actor.
Call Shazam. We need to kill these parents.
That's why Daniel Day-Lewis does not play any Batman movies.
So yeah, Michael Keaton's coming as Batman. There's Ben Affleck is also Batman.
So
in
we
this
getting
movie.
the Martha Wayne Joker in this?
Ooh,
you
that's
think?
actually a good point. I don't think so, because I feel like they would have at least alluded to that in some way. We are getting Supergirl though. Supergirl, I forget who she's played by. I'll look up her name. And there's two Flashes
At least
in the movie.
2 Flashes.
Yeah, and I think one of them is so like there's this character called the Red Death, which is a Batman from a different multiverse, from a different universe that has the Flash's powers. He has the Speed Force.
Weird.
But he still does Batman stuff.
Still beats the shit out of henchmen.
He beats the shit out of anyone he wants.
Yeah.
What's it called? Supergirl in the Flash. I want to find out what her name is.
Is she in the Supergirl TV show?
No.
or
It's a
any-
different one. Because
I
you know,
don't
it's a,
understand. They have all the. There's so many different DC TV shows. I just can't keep up. And isn't Ezra Miller in?
and they're
like-
all bullshit.
Yeah. They're all like fucking Riverdale and shit like that. Just teen drama, right?
Sasha Callie. Sasha
don't know.
I don't know how to say her name.
What else has she been?
Sasha Baron
I have no idea. And
Sacha Baron Cohen is
Sacha Baron
Supergirl. That'd be interesting.
He just wears he wears whatever costume she was going to wear,
Yeah.
same size and all. Like,
A full mustache.
I'm here to stop Rudolph Giuliani.
He's the penguin.
he would be a really good penguin. Holy shit.
I have sex with my cousin. Ha ha.
They don't tell him he's acting.
Rudy, the cameras haven't started rolling yet.
I know.
Oh, never mind.
He's eating his lobster bisque shaven.
You can find me at the Four Seasons.
He does a press conference. I love it. I love it.
You can find me at the Four Seasons. Anyway,
Holy shit! Now I need to build this whole expanded universe.
anyway, there's some speculation that the other Flash is going to end up being the villain, Reverse Flash more specifically. But I feel like that kind of chips away at what Reverse Flash actually is. I like the whole he's from the future and Barry Allen actually killed his ancestors, so he can't go back to his own time. So he's
Interesting.
stuck in our time. He uses what's called 25th century technology. I think his name's called Eobard Thong, I think is how you say his name.
Ichabod Crane.
Ichabod Crane, yeah, that's right.
You were so close.
You're right.
So
Yeah,
very
yeah. Sorry,
close.
you're right. I fucked that up. My bad. He throws pumpkins and rides a horse.
He's the Green Goblin.
It's 25th century pumpkins. They're huge.
Time
Biggest
goes
pumpkins you've
backwards
ever
at a-
seen.
at a
Anyway,
certain point.
there's some like they're the Flash in the back. The Ezra Miller too.
Flashback?
Yeah, flashback.
That would be a better name than
he's
Reverse
actually
Flash.
wearing a
You
bat
think?
suit that is spray painted to be the Flash.
Oh, that's why he
so
spray
that's
paints
why
it in the
you're
thing?
thinking. That's why there's like he might actually be Red Death, or at least a variation of Red Death. And listen, the Flash TV show did this whole thing with like time variance and Savitar and all this other crazy shit. Like I've only seen like 3 episodes when I lived with my brother and I wanted to blow my brains out. So
Because of the show or because your brother?
Yes.
not because of my brother at the time, but now I want to blow my brains out because of my brother. What's it called? This is what makes the Flash interesting is the fact that he can run so fast he can change time. Like that's they found what works with the Flash. This is how they're gonna do it. You know
You're
what
saying
I mean?
running fast wasn't enough?
I guess
That wasn't cool
he had
enough?
to run faster.
What do you guys ever see the trailer where somebody makes him like what is it called? A weed leaf? A cannabis?
A what?
A piece of cannabis or whatever? No. He's like, my name's Barry Allen and I'm the highest man alive.
I am weed.
Yeah.
I am weird.
All right. Speaking of weed, let's get to the one we're all waiting for here.
Drum roll.
What transition?
Shut the fuck up.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
Bam, bam. We did the Rugrats intro thing. Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah.
That's a good drop, right?
Actually, make a note of that. We need the Rugrats drop.
The Batman. So I have put 2 notes here which are not trivia at all. It's just looks amazing and really looking forward to it. So without a doubt, this is the number one thing everyone was looking for. They closed out the show with it. I think Robert Pattinson, just from the trailer alone, is easily like he understood the assignment.
Yeah.
He looks fucking incredible as Batman. I'm not saying he's like the best ever or like this, because I kind of still think that like at least like as far as like costume goes, I think Ben Affleck's Batman was like the best. I said costume.
Still.
Outfit.
I get it that he's like still murdering people. Like that's
No,
not cool.
I mean
but
his costume was like so overdone.
the gray with like the black and everything.
It was just like too modern for me. Where it's like I want clean lines.
and
I want
nipples.
nipples. I wanted to
Underwear.
I want it to look like a translation of a comic book panel, not like it's got to
Not
be
like
made
the
out of
Kevlar,
fucking
like, tactical
yeah,
suits.
exactly.
Which is
I
so
don't
weird
want that.
because like that's the one thing I'd give Zack Snyder credit for is making stuff look like a comic panel.
Well, I mean, if you look at Christian Bale's Batman, it looks really like practical, but also looks sleek and like it could have been a matte painting.
So what do you guys think of this suit?
I like it.
I do. I like
like
it as
it. It
well.
looks
I like
good.
it quite a lot.
I like it. It's funny. I was reading somewhere. I don't know how true this is, but I was reading that apparently to do a screen test for the role, they gave him Val Kilmer's
They do that
Batman
with everyone.
suit,
They make them wear that one.
and
yeah.
he did 2 takes, and he was dripping with sweat. but I bet the nips look perky.
Shit, I would love to see
great
photos of that.
That suit's
Oh, yeah.
got a
Kristen,
stink.
there's a
Oh yeah, it's got Val Kilmer sweat caked into
Like,
it.
Not just Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Every other Batman.
Hey.
whoever's
You guys
tried
remember-
out for it.
Yeah.
You guys remember when I was Batman?
I was Batman?
There's actually test footage of
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti of Christian Bale in that suit doing a screen test. That's the suit that they use to screen test them because
That's just hazing.
Well, yeah, I tend to believe that they think it's the most ridiculous one, and that's why they put them in it. Because if they look good in that one, then they're going to look good in the one that they're going to make for the movie.
That's fair.
That's just my, I have nothing to base that off of other than just like reductionist,
I just want to say this. I was and I still am really excited for this movie. I'm like so amped because I really hated Ben Affleck's not because of Ben Affleck, but just because of the script and everything around it. I felt this trailer just felt so generic, and it felt like it could have been just a generic action movie and not a Batman movie, and that really disappointed me.
I kind of get that. I mean, like, they also don't want to give a ton of shit away right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it if they did a trailer that was just like one scene, like innocuous scene that really gave us this is who this Batman is.
It felt like it wasn't story driven. It felt like it was cinematically driven.
Yeah, and that was like boring.
You
to me.
totally disagree.
I disagree. I
Really?
thought, especially the ending where it's upside down and the logo comes and he's walking towards the penguin.
That part with the penguin where
the
he's like, I gotcha. I thought that was good.
In the trailer, looks fucking incredible.
That's
did
what
it-
I'm saying.
but did
The
it feel Batman?
cinematography looks gorgeous.
yeah.
Didn't feel Batman to me.
The way that they're doing this Batman movie as if like it's year 2, where like he's established himself as a crime fighter, but this is more like long Halloween type of mystery where it's like this is going to take place over a certain amount of time, and like it's going to be like Batman having to be a detective. Because here's the deal. There's no fucking way that they're just giving the game away that is the Riddler. Okay? I tend to believe,
Right.
Victor Zsasz is the real serial killer. Like, they're bringing him into these movies.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Or, like, and not the Victor Zsasz they put in, what's the movie? Bunch of birds. Birds of Prey. That's the one.
Right.
Bunch of birds.
A lot of birds.
Flock of birds.
They're religious.
Not that movie.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting, yes. Or no, Jim Carrey's Riddler. I tend to believe it's that,
Which is
but
just the
also there's have been no leaks to confirm this or like give any suspicion, but a lot of people seem to think that this trilogy is going to build up like to the Court of Owls. Like that's going to be
cool.
Which would be cool because that's a modern Batman villain that everybody loves, and the comic run was fucking
And it hasn't been done cinematically.
exactly.
It hasn't been overdone.
And that got me thinking, who's playing the Joker in the next one?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. He's coming
man.
back.
I would
the
actually
myth.
not see that movie. I'd be like, you've got to be fucking
Yeah.
kidding me.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's a light.
Spitting into his
That
little...
light.
His spittoon.
I-
What is
I
You got,
said
any, you got any guesses? You want to wager any guesses? Who's going to be
Timothy
the Joker?
Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet.
Who has said he's done a good career because he has not done superhero movies.
Well, no, that's what his idol said. His
Well-
idol told him no hard drugs and no superhero movies.
Right.
Who's
which
his
is
idol?
what he
He
didn't
which is
what he's been abiding
Morgan
by.
Freeman.
No.
Jack Black.
Jack Black is not the man to tell you to.
Do hard drugs and do any superhero movie that comes your way.
So
He's like
couple
opposite
things.
day,
Couple
huh?
things I wrote down. Colin Farrell, his prosthetics look amazing for because you can't.
no,
even
he just did
recognize
that.
him.
He got out of shape.
Oh,
and-
nice.
Yeah, he
Okay.
scarred up his face and got plastic surgery.
I'll be honest. I actually completely forgot Colin Farrell was in the movie.
Same, 100%.
Completely forgot.
I thought it was Rudy.
The director of Venom 2, Andy Serkis, closer to 50. I think he makes a great Alfred.
I didn't think I would like that, but he seems
He looks
pretty good. Yeah.
He looks good. I think that Zoe Kravitz has a lot of potential to be like the defining Selena Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
However, right now I don't understand why they're giving her every look, but just showing me what she looks like in the Catwoman cowl.
Well,
they're holding that. You know they're holding
everybody
that.
wants to see that.
That's what we're all here for.
Yeah.
You guys want to know what's funny? Last night when we had company over, we were gonna watch the Batman trailer, and I go to start it, right? And all of a sudden it starts, and then it says ad, 239, and then it says skip ad, 5. The fucking ad on the trailer is the trailer.
You're like, oh, let me just watch
So
this.
now I can't escape the Batman trailer. It's going to follow me every fucking YouTube video I watch. I'm going to see that diner scene over and over again.
I also love how they're not showing the Riddler's face, and it's like they're not going to change the way he looks.
Because I don't think that's the Riddler.
You don't?
I do not think so. The first one with the tape where it's
Yeah.
like the logo moves because like he's pulling the duct tape. I don't think that's the Riddler. And even like the one image that they put out, the production still where it's like to the Batman, it says that and it looks like this series. I don't think that's the Riddler. There's no way that I don't think that they're showing off the like who the villain is, you know what I mean, or like what the mystery is building up to. Like I just don't think this.
I don't think they're doing that in like the first second of the trailer.
Yeah, I'm
like
sorry.
immediately
And
they're
you know
just
how
showing the
trailers
question
work,
mark.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if that is the Riddler, right? I don't think he's the main villain.
Right. Well, they
No,
have.
I agree
There's
with
so
that.
many villains in it already.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. It's either I think that's a great theory that it's either not him or it's a misdirect. The other thing it could be is that they see this as their Heath Ledger moment, and it's like Paul Dano. This is it's like his big Oscar moment,
Right.
And they really want to like lean
Yeah.
into that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's 5 months, I think.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. March
Don't get me
4th.
wrong. I thought
I
the
was
trailer
trying to
was a little
count that.
disappointing, but I still am excited for this movie.
I'm very much looking forward to emo Robert Pattinson Batman.
Oh,
Yo,
God.
for
Same,
real?
dude.
If he's
For
not
real?
if he's not riding in listening to My Chemical Romance, I'm gonna be so mad.
For real, I've said it from day one since they cast him that Robert Pattinson, even though like he was in Twilight and he was in a lot of like
He's a great
he
actor.
knows how to give a really awesome nuanced performance, and I think that's something that was missing from the other actors is the nuance that Bruce Wayne is a tortured character. Bruce Wayne is the alter ego. Batman is who he really is. Bruce Wayne's who he created.
Right. He's not
And-
the brute, which a lot of
Right.
these other people like approach it very
And,
like strength.
I mean, listen,
focused.
The thing that separates theater actors and film actors is that theater actors have to act with their bodies. Film actors act with their eyes. And that last shot in the first trailer where you see like the makeup and everything, and I love how they're not shying away from the makeup anymore.
Nope.
How they used to be when he took his mask off.
It's magically, yeah.
magically gone. Now it's just like it's all rubbed
Now
over.
he looks like
Yeah,
Brendan Urie. Yeah.
Exactly. That shot right there told me everything I needed to know. I was like, he fucking got it. He knows exactly what he's doing.
We touched on it before. Barely anybody has ever done anything cinematically with the whole detective part of Batman. It's always the like.
I think Chris Nolan touched on it a little bit with the whole like. Remember how he like does the bullet
Yes.
hole
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know,
But I mean, that's less detective and more like I have high tech.
I have a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
able.
I
want to
see him
this.
like actually beat in the street.
yeah. And they also said that this Batman,
Noir.
Yeah.
this Batman is way more violent than the other ones because
Hell yeah.
this is still his early. He's like 27.
More
in this movie.
brutal
Yeah,
than
he
fucking
is like-
Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well, I mean, I guess he's not chucking grenades into
He's
cribs.
not branding people.
Yeah.
No, but he's like, I'm young. I can beat the shit out of people, and you're gonna see it.
But also, I mean, like even like you look at there's one part of that trailer where he's beating the shit out of this dude who's clearly already knocked out, and like Selena Kyle's like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like he is I can already see like he's gonna be the most brutal one we've seen, and that's because, like I said, he's supposed to be in his late 20s, as opposed to they love their old grizzled Batmans in his 50s, and
Because it's just not practical. That
I guess
young people now are rich.
I guess one last thing to go out on.
Generational wealth.
To wrap this up is
Late stage capitalism.
they finally just went and just made Batman bulletproof.
I thought that was
noticed
cool.
Too. Yeah,
I thought
he
that
just
was
gets
cool.
shot
Good.
point blank.
Good.
And
he
it just
does
kind of
nothing.
like.
Oh,
Is-
how about
was-
the part where the two guys just empty the automatics into him and he just walks up and fucks them up?
So is it like he has like an energy deflector thing on there, or is it
No,
just
dude,
like
it's just
big old Kevlar?
Yeah, this is just. It's like, hey, thank God I invented the whatever. There you
Yeah.
go. It's done.
Yeah. Just fix that with a line of dialogue.
I'm not sure. I'll have to see how it plays out. But that's the thing is, I hate how it keeps ramping up. That superheroes just get more and more powerful. We talked about this with Superman. It used to be leaping over tall buildings, and now it's like destroying entire planets.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, like I said, the old thing was that like the bat symbol was big black, and it was the strongest part of his chest. It's the strongest part of his armor because it's supposed to be like
Protecting his chest.
It's supposed to be a distraction. You aim for center mass, so bullets are gonna bounce off. And then in like an update, it's that the metal he puts underneath that was made from the same metal of the gun that killed his parents. But now this one,
and then flashback to his parents getting killed.
Nothing is stronger than like 1950s, you know?
Yeah.
but
Post-war
now,
metal.
if you look at the bat symbol
made
that's
out of
in
people's
the
teeth.
costume now, it literally is the slide from the Glock that killed his parents.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
While you're pulling that up, one thing that I did want to keep in mind was that in the trailer, every time they showed the Batmobile, all I could think about is that he fucked on that Batmobile.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
was
can
thinking about
think
it too.
Every
Just looks
time
like
it's just
looks
like,
a
he fucked on
challenger.
that.
Like,
Did you watch that episode?
Did you watch that episode
of what?
of our show where we did Pat Libs?
No.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my
We'll bring it
God.
back. We'll bring it back. Look at that. That's literally the gun that killed his parents. It's literally the metal from the gun.
That's hard.
Yeah, it goes hard as a motherfucker.
That's dark.
So yeah, I'm like you guys know, I'm a fucking ginormous Batman.
Oh,
fan.
you don't say.
Really?
And this looks fucking great. I do not think this is gonna disappoint in any way.
It's going to be really
And
good.
and you know what? Just to actually, before we wrap this up, do you remember when we saw Batman vs Superman, and afterwards we came out, we all unanimously agree, all right, that was terrible, but Ben Affleck's Batman kind of at least stood out as like because that one scene in the warehouse is absolutely unreal. I love that. That's some of the best Batman
I
action.
hated that.
Oh my god, I hate you. Anyway,
Was it from the chair they threw?
it was from.
No, it was when he branded a person. He like had a hot iron built into his suit.
You haven't seen the.
I'm
You
gonna throw
haven't.
this chair.
You
I'm gonna
haven't
throw
seen the
chair.
3-hour version, right?
No.
Oh, after
He
they
brands
brand them,
several people.
People shank the branded ones in prison because he only brands the sex offenders.
The Chomos.
The Chomo. They're not
They're found proto.
They're not following Frodo.
That and like, what was that part where there was like an explosive and like what was happening? Like Martha Wayne had or Martha Kent.
Oh no, it's because he
There's some dumb shit that happened.
They what's it called? They the guy pulls the pin on the grenade and he has the dude strung up, so he kicks the guy in the head who's strung up. The guy flies off and all three of them go into the closet with the grenade and it explodes while he's still fucking people up.
It was just that was just over the top. Like I said, just didn't need to be a Batman movie. That could have been Sylvester Stallone or any action hero doing stupid action.
It could have been Rambo 8.
Yeah.
But
He drew first blood.
I will say before we move on, Genre Geek said it best. So help me Christ, I better not see Martha Wayne's pearls bouncing on the damn side.
Oh,
in
yeah,
slow
dude,
motion.
fucking
Slow-mo.
that is a
Here's his-
great.
And you're going
that
to
is
see-
a great
here.
take.
I'm tired of those pearls.
It will exactly be this. You will see the pearls bouncing in slow-mo, and you'll see a flipped reflection of young Bruce Wayne in the pearl. Like, oh. It will.
What a waste of Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
It'll be that. You want to put money on it?
Sure. Anyway, I mean, they have to reference his parents dying at least because that's what kind of sets this whole train.
Yeah,
in
the fact that
motion.
it's year 2 makes me think it's got to happen.
I don't think they'll show it again. I hopefully they've learned their lesson.
It'll be
But-
Andy
well,
Serkis
that's-
like, Master Wayne, you remember when your parents died?
Yes, I do.
This
You
is
see
the-
this shit? You see this shit?
Just really
think about it
overt
every
with
day.
everything.
But remember when I said first it was Ben Affleck is writing, directing, producing, and acting in his own Batman movie, and then it was like Ben Affleck's only writing, direct. The fuck is that?
That's
I
the new
think
drop.
that's a cricket.
Oh, okay.
That is
Cricket's getting
literally
bored.
in here. I think.
It was right. Now he's writing, directing, and starring. Okay, now he's only directing and starring. Now he's only Now he's not.
Now he's dropping his
That's
Dunkin'
second
Donuts.
billing.
Yeah. But I
Now he's with
remember.
J-Lo.
But what's funny is that when he lost the directing spot, I remember saying that. Well, he probably doesn't want to do it because he's got to wear that fucking suit, and then he's got to go set up a shot, and then get in it, and get in the zone, and all that shit, right? And he doesn't want to do that shit, right? But I said to Nick, wouldn't it be fucking sick if Matt Reeves directed a Batman movie because he had just gotten finished doing the Planet of the Apes trilogy for Warner Brothers. And I remember waking up one morning with a text message from him with a fucking
Headline shot.
headline that says, Matt Reeves is confirmed as to be the director of the Batman. And I was like, I fucking did that. I tweeted at Matt
manifested
Reeves
this.
and Warner Brothers and said, please make a fucking
Well, now it
Batman
makes
movie.
sense.
And they
I didn't
listen.
realize that
He's
he
like,
did
you know
Planet
what?
of the Apes.
Yeah.
That's why Andy Serkis is in it.
Yes. But yeah. So once again, I called that shit. Anyway, let's wrap this shit up with a disappointment, huh?
Peacemaker.
All right. Normally we do spoilers, no spoilers.
What is there to spoil?
What is there to
We're
spoil?
we're doing spoilers straight up because it's a turd.
Yeah, because we have someone in the chat. The weird one slinging sharpshooter has been chomping at the bit to get into Halloween since we started DC Femdom. He's been trying to get
Speaking of
into
chomping at the bit, I just swallowed my cough drop.
Oh, that's what that face was?
Yeah, that was me almost about you guys about having to do the Heimlich on me.
this. Talk about great content.
Watch a man die.
We just stand around. All right.
Be the next. It'll be clip of the
we
week
got-
next week.
Live stream fails,
Right. So we got Halloween Kills, and
and it's
What is there to
it's
say?
something.
What? I'll go back to my normal joke. What is there to say about this movie that hasn't already been said about Afghanistan? I guess I'll start. I think there's some good ideas here. Horrible execution. The worst. So I'm going to keep saying the first one relating to the 2018 one, but really that's canonically now the second one, and this is the third one. Have you seen the 2018 Halloween?
I think so, yeah.
Head and shoulders above this one.
Oh yeah, undeniable.
That's the one that ends right before this, where they're burning the house. Yeah, the trap. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I appreciated was, so, there's Halloween 1978. Halloween 2 came out, and that is the exact same way this one was, where it picks up right where the last one's left off.
Yep.
Laurie's in the hospital. It's kind of weird how much DNA these two sequels share with the original
Well, that's
duo
the whole
of films.
point. Was like
Right.
a big old callback.
Originally, they did Halloween, they did Halloween 1 through 6, which, by the way, the sixth one, did you guys know stars Paul Rudd? It's Paul Rudd's first
Yeah, I
film.
did see that. Yeah.
No,
Paul
I
Rudd's-
didn't.
Yeah. The character in this film, Tommy Doyle, that's the character Paul Rudd played in the sixth one. But, they did a retcon again, and now they have some weird middle-aged guy with a ball.
Plus,
Michael C. Hall.
Paul Rudd looks like he'd be the same age.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Paul Rudd looks the same.
I reserve the fact that this actor was definitely at the insurrection.
Yes, dude, he looked like it, didn't he?
Is Michael C. Hall?
What does that mean to me?
Pull him. What is it? What else is he?
Anthony Michael Hall.
He's
You're gonna pull
or
up a
did I say
picture?
Michael C.
Yeah,
Hall?
Anthony Michael
Anthony
Hall.
Michael Hall.
You're gonna pull up a
He was
picture of him in
what
front of
else
the
was he
podium
in?
at the
Yeah.
insurrection.
Huh, Nick, I Googled this guy's name and I keep getting QAnon shaman.
From the fucking Breakfast Club.
Yeah. He was in the Breakfast Club. Pretty
Oh,
in Pink.
okay, yeah, I see
Literally
now.
looks nothing.
Oh, he
like.
looks so different.
He got
now.
thick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got thick.
He got thick and
old.
right winged.
We're gonna get in trouble from this guy's rep. Anyway,
Bring
He
it
was
on.
great in the film.
so, like I said, they first did this 20 years later, which Halloween H2O. Have you guys heard of this one?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I
that was
remember
that
one.
was the first one they did where they retconned all the sequels.
That
and
one came
said-
out so long ago. I liked it when I watched it.
And interesting story. I watched a video where Jamie Lee Curtis actually explained how in that movie the reason she agreed to do it was because John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, her, and the original, the guy who owned the original studio, they were all still alive and they were more famous in Hollywood at that point in time. So they said they'd come back, they'd do another one, retcon everything, and the story was going to be about this woman who takes her life back and who killed the person who traumatized her. Well, what ended up happening was, meeting after meeting, they ended up lying to her about what was going to happen. And it was like 3 weeks before shooting, she finds out how the movie's actually going to end. And she's like, well, I couldn't pull out of it then because if I leave, the movie is done, and they had already got locations. They hired crew. They hired other actors. They hired script supervisors. They got a director, a cinema. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has a job, doesn't have a job anymore if she leaves.
Right.
And the only reason she agreed to do it at that point was then in Halloween Resurrection, the sequel with Busta Rhymes. She said, I want to be murdered in the first 10 minutes of the movie by Michael in an institution. And they were like, cool, got it. No problem.
Danny, have you seen that one, Resurrection?
This motherfucker
No, I
probably
haven't.
haven't seen any of them.
No, I've seen the original Halloween.
That one is
Yeah.
crazy. What is it like? It's like a reality TV show, and
Yeah.
and the reality TV show is they go to Michael Myers' house for the night.
We're going to spend the night in Michael Myers' house and everybody's going to get murdered.
Did they get invited in, or did they just go in?
Fucking don't start. Don't start. We're not there yet. Anyway, they did. So again, this time 20 years after that, they were like, let's do another one. But John Carpenter and Deborah Hill actually came back. Jamie Lee Curtis this time executive produced to make sure that, you know, she got her way as far as the script is involved. Yes, I'm sure there was money too.
Did she do this one?
Yes.
The second one?
This one too. Yeah, she. Okay, hold
I'm
on. I'll get
surprised.
there.
Yeah, she was in a bed the whole time. She made it easy on herself.
I'll get there.
Actually, yeah.
And she made sure that this time there was no contract that said that Laurie couldn't kill Michael.
Right.
Like, they wanted it to be. And I feel like they left this one kind of, the last one, kind of ambiguously because they wanted to see how it would do. And they always had a trilogy planned. I feel like because they had a trilogy planned, this suffers from here's the middle part in a trilogy. Whereas,
How do we
like,
waste time?
exactly
for 2 hours?
Because, like, how do you bill 3 movies about the final confrontation between Laurie and Michael? You know what I
Hollywood
mean?
just never fucking learns.
So I think if you're a Halloween fan, what you need to remember is that this is still better than the fucking 5 movies of garbage they put out after the original. I think that's important to remember because there is a lot of bloody slasher kills, and that's a lot of what these people watch these movies for. As far as the story and characters go, what the fuck?
Before we get
I
into
think
all
there's
that
a lot of
terrible
bloody
shit,
slasher kills.
that's the thing is,
I thought so.
I went back and I rewatched our review from last year of the original and the sequel.
Yeah, I still think the original is a quintessential, like, not just
Here's
horror
the
movie,
thing.
best movie. Like,
It's not like the other slasher films. It's different. It's slow, and the first kill doesn't happen until after an hour into the movie.
Right.
This was never the movie. The original movie was never about crazy kills. It was about building a vibe, building tension until it until all of a sudden everything shit hits the fan.
Right.
And this was just over the top ridiculous kills, which was cool, but it's like that's not what Halloween's about.
I heard John Wick, Michael Myers at one point, and I
Yeah.
can't think of a better way to encounter.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fire.
The body count, I think I was reading, the body count in this one was the highest of any of these movies.
Of any
The
movie
amount
of all time.
Yeah, it was of any of the Halloween movies, this had the highest body count.
Not surprised.
Whereas, like, the original one, I think, what is it?
3.
5? Oh, 3?
Maybe.
Just 3 people died? Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed with I'm not from like the
wasn't
amount of
brutal
them.
enough.
No,
when
dead
I
on
kill
more
people,
death.
it's crazy.
Kind of dead ass. I was expecting more like horror-ish kind of elements and more like I mean, it did feel very much like the old films where it's like they were keeping in tradition with that kind of style and everything.
Yeah.
But like, I felt it could have been a little more gratuitous.
Really? You didn't think him, like, killing that dude over the staircase was
that
gratuitous enough?
that one,
That
and
one
then
was
stabbing
brutal.
the lady in the throat with the
Well, what about the
Yeah.
other her
The lamp?
husband that was like he pinned him to the cutting board with all those knives?
Well, he was
dead.
he was
He was-
testing out what knife he wanted
yeah
to. Yeah,
he was
that's what
dead
I
after
think.
that
To me,
point,
that
and then
seemed
he
like
was like, "Let me figure out which one
Totally
I
out
like."
of character for Michael Myers.
It did. He doesn't
Yes.
like toy with his
Yeah.
dead people.
I like how
Or,
they
yeah,
bill
kind
him.
of,
I like how
but-
they bill him as the shape.
Yeah, well, that's one of the few things that I liked about
Yeah.
it.
So let's just talk about the things that we liked first because they are in short supply, and they're not execution. It's ideas. One, I like the fact that they have decided to do away with the fact that it kind of kills the central conflict of the first one, but I like the idea how they're doing away with the fact that Michael is coming for Laurie. It's because even the original 1978 film is the night he came home.
Right.
He's not coming for Laurie. He's coming home. Laurie was babysitting in his house.
He's gonna come.
Yeah, I'm gonna come. Anyway, I fucking loved the flashback to 1978, even though it had one of the dumbest scenes I had seen in my life.
where he shoots his partner
in the neck. I was like, what the fuck? Just walk up and blow his brains out. That's all you have to do. He can't take two of you.
Yeah, like
Well, he can.
And then his buddy's like, "Did we get him? Just tell me we got him.
Just tell me we got him.
And like
shoot him in the head.
Fucking
in the head.
Deep fake Donald Pleasance shows up and is about to blow Michael's brains out, and he's like, "No, don't do it." It's
He's somebody's child.
yeah, it's no.
He's pure evil.
It's like you just shot
Did
your
Michael kill again? Has he killed?
It's like you just shot your buddy. At least get the fucking redemption by letting them watching this dude die.
Fucking even Liz used the word when he at the end of the movie when he when they kill him again, like at the end of the movie, like the mob. Even Liz was like, "Is anybody gonna double tap him or something?"
That's
like,
Seriously,
I was
that one guy with the gun, back of the head,
Literally,
right
I
in the
was-
back of the head.
in the face.
I was watching it. My friend, she's in Florida now, but we were like texting as we were watching it. Because she was like, "I'm scared to watch this," and I was like, "It's not gonna be." But she was like, "Chop off his fucking head.
Yep.
He's on the ground."
That's what I said.
If this movie was all about like mob mentality would be that they rip this man apart at the end. They would have dismembered this guy.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's funny. I hate horror movies. However, this was one going into it. I was like, I don't need to psych myself into it. I know it's not going to be scary. It's just going to be gory as hell. And it didn't disappoint. Well, it did disappoint, but it met my
In that way.
expectations.
Yo, how fucking crazy was it when Chubbs threw himself out of the window and
he twitched after he was dead.
when his head and
Oh,
face
yeah.
exploded when he hit the ground? I was like, God damn! All right,
that
fuck.
was brutal.
That is brutal. That was fuck.
However, I probably thought of the same thing that you
Yeah, I
thought
was
of.
literally
just
about to say
oh,
that.
is that
Oh,
what-
You know what I'm
no, I
talking
know what
about?
you're talking about.
Yeah, there's somebody over here. I think he's got it too.
So if we want to talk about things that we liked, I think Big John and Little John
One of the best parts.
they
of
were
the film.
they were the
Dynamic
fucking best.
duo.
Which is bullshit because they tried to hit me with the progressive card, but also I was like, wait a minute, no, this is a caricature.
Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
listen to old records. They eat fine cheese. Like
He smokes the world's smallest blunt the entire time. Like,
But yeah, no, they were absolute caricatures. They made the weirdest people just the gay couple. It was
Yeah.
just like, this feels like a gay couple from like a 1970s
Yeah.
movie.
Big
Just
John?
very offensive.
there's someone in our house.
who is it, Little John?
It's like,
Well,
okay, leave.
Yeah, get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
funniest part was when, like, because he calls him Big John like 2 or 3 times before he calls the other one Little John, and it was just like, like when he fucking said that, I was like, "You're kidding me? They're both John, and they're both different."
And I love how like Michael McDonald is the much bigger person,
Yeah.
and he's Little John.
I feel like that's the joke. You know,
Well, it's all about the personality.
yeah,
man.
that's true. Big John had a bigger personality.
Who's the alpha?
Big
Big John.
Big John's the top.
Exactly.
who's the power bottom.
I'm just saying.
Definitely not Michael McDonald.
Ultimate power bottom.
Yeah, let's give the 16-year-old a shotgun and her boyfriend who's still in a skirt a handgun, and we'll go hunt a serial
That
killer.
was the most ridiculous thing.
No. Dad said stay in the car. That was totally flawless logic because Dad said stay in the car.
You have cell phones. Have them be like, hey, we're at his house and he's definitely here. Like,
That's what I said.
Yeah, my
Like,
dad shoved into the attic.
Yeah, so many of these movies don't work anymore because of cell phones. It's like, yeah, you just call. Just call. Or just FaceTime each other the whole
No,
time.
but
It's
do
just
you
on
not
the ground.
understand?
Just
the
go
police,
in.
The police are useless. They can't help.
And
The
I've
mob
Not even
said
the
so.
police. Just communicate with one another.
Evil dies tonight.
Evil
Oh,
dies
dude,
tonight.
I wanted to fucking.
You know what? Did you guys notice? I didn't notice this. Alexis noticed it when we're at the bar and they're talking to the bartender. There's a sign and it's framed kind of front and center. Did you guys see what it said?
No.
It's the evil dies tonight.
No, it's love lives today. It's the opposite of evil dies tonight. And they put that in there for some reason. They thought it'd be like clever.
Oh, how about the worst talent
What the
show to
fuck?
ever go to?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, my talent is to depress the shit out of all of you with this story from 40 years ago.
I made a note that dude is a bummer at parties.
Yeah.
I
He
was
is
just like,
literally
no one
like-
invites him.
He like I felt like it was just like you're talking about like the emphysema you got from
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Talking about I was a
9/11,
first
yeah,
responder.
I would
literally.
rather him
like-
get up there and jerk off in front of everyone, and that would have been a better talent.
You know what I like? I like when they're like, oh, Michael Myers is outside, and the bartender's like, my grandpappy, he started this bar 90 years ago, and this is his bat. And then Anthony Michael Hall was like, thanks for the bat. Like,
I'll appropriate this.
Why would you give him the backstory about his grandfather owning the bar?
And then he like looks at the photo. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a still shot of it.
Yeah,
just
he
such-
zooms in.
It's such a step down from the
Also,
first
like,
one. The first one was so good.
Why does the bartender like not have a shotgun? Like
Oh,
he had a bat.
Every movie bartender has a shotgun right under the bar.
that's what I'm saying. And like in a town where there's been multiple mass murders from this one dude.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's just so. I mean, like, listen. So actually, let's talk about one thing: the firefighter scene. I don't know if you guys saw what I posted on my Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Last week. People were petitioning to remove the firefighter scene because there have been instances of psychos setting fire to things and then murdering firefighters when they come into the home.
I got a couple
And-
war movies we should redact.
And I was just like, my whole thought is just like, yes, let's remove every scene where someone with an occupation gets murdered. Only the homeless shall be killed on camera.
Excuse me, why are we murdering all the HR representatives? We can't have
They're the
that.
first ones that should go.
It's like can't kill cops. It's like there goes every movie.
Yeah, like, and listen, I mean, it's just like, here was my thought.
Fuck firefighters. Fuck them.
They when he sprays them with the hose.
I was like, have you guys?
It was the weakest
Have you
hose.
guys never been like? Have you guys never watched footage of the civil rights movement? Because I've seen what a fire hose does to people,
Hey,
and that's
Michael
not
Myers was not there at fucking like with the Million Man March.
Did you guys not when you were in like elementary school? Did you ever have like the firefighters show up to your school and like you got to hold the hose while they hold the hose and like spray it?
Yeah,
And feel it tense up.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's thick.
It's girthy.
It's got veins.
But yeah, it's just like
This
they
is going in the calendar.
the dude is just like
Why is it pink?
it's just like
Ew.
spraying him. He's a foot away and it's just like
And also, he's spraying him like right in the chest. It's just like hit him in the face.
Hey,
Like
buddy.
knock the
No
dude's
one
legs
ain't- no
out.
one- Also,
no
the-
one gets headshots.
When he falls through the floor and he like rips up the garage door thing or whatever, you know, the stuff that she put in place to like hide. There's no oxygen in that room. Like the
doesn't need
fire
oxygen.
is
He's
he
pure
would-
evil.
He would die of smoke. Oh, dude, let's talk about that. Fuck.
He's
me.
pure evil.
Are they
I don't know.
strong? Is
I
he-
don't know if you heard.
The more
but
he
he's not a
kills-
mortal man.
Yeah.
he's pure evil.
They
Evil
s-
Dies Tonight.
They said that. By the way, we haven't talked about Jamie Lee Curtis once, and that's because there's really nothing to say.
She's
hardly
sitting in
in
a
it.
chair the whole time.
The
She's in the bed the
surgery
whole
scene
time.
was kind of cool, though. I like the effects on that.
I thought it was hysterical. They were like, well, it missed all the major organs, and the worst pain she's going to feel is from this incision that we made in her abdomen.
yeah.
And I was
then-
like, you just wrapped that up real nice.
They
didn't
had
you?
her get up out of bed, knee a doctor in the balls, and then bleed out and put her back in bed.
Yeah. What a great.
After she gave herself enough morphine to kill a horse.
Yeah.
What
She
does
was
this do?
like-
Take the pain away.
I was like, sweetie, you get 10 cc's of morphine if that. You like filled a syringe.
Sticks it right in her ass.
Speaking of which, like take the
she
pain
not
away.
just
Not how that
high?
works.
Everybody, every line, yeah, maybe not every line, every third line is like catchphrase. Why you can't build a script off of catchphrases? It's ridiculous.
Evil dies tonight.
They
Dies
they
Tonight.
were just trying to grab as many like trailer bait kind of things as they could.
Right. And I feel like it's writing off a lot of the goodwill of the first one. And the fact that this ended up on Peacock kind of gave everyone the hint that, like,
It's like, oh, you got passed by on a couple other services, didn't you?
No, I mean, Peacock is owned by Universal, and this
Oh,
is put
that-
out by Universal. But the reason that it's on streaming is because they knew that this wasn't going to do well at the box
I'm surprised
office.
it wasn't free on Peacock.
Yeah, well, I mean, they need to make money somehow.
Yeah.
It's free for you guys.
It's also wild because it's like, honestly, even the,
Got that freemium discount.
No, don't tell them they'll cancel.
Cancel it. I don't give a
You
fuck.
see the new account?
You got
the
nothing
new-
else I
No,
want.
why do you keep making accounts on my
Did you see the name I changed it to?
Oh no, I didn't. I made Michael Myers a user.
I made it Michelle Myers with an E.
Ah, yes, Michelle. Good to see you.
He's just like,
So, the other thing is that, like, moving forward. Oh, actually, let's talk about the ending real quick. There was no reason to kill Judy Greer, and
Yeah,
and
there
it
was.
just kind of came out of nowhere.
She was a useless character.
Just literally came out of nowhere. Like first of all, he John Wicks the firefighters. He John Wicks the people in the park. Which the masks that they're wearing are actually from Halloween 3. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Silver Shamrock.
He John Wicks the mob that already beat the shit out of him, stabbed him, shot him, pitchforked him.
Just need a little nap.
You know, yeah, he's just, all right, I'm tired. Did you when he fucking took the mask off, see the burns on his face? I was
Yeah,
like,
also
damn,
his
that
eye
dude is-
from getting
I
shot.
was like, that thing is fucked up. And then
They're all healed. All
yeah,
healed.
he's fine. And then somehow he sneaks past everybody. Like, I mean, had to like go down the block, around, come through the back of the house.
They didn't put any cops around the Myers
It's
house.
his neighborhood.
Yeah.
He knows where to go.
Yeah,
he knows
and-
which boards are loose in the fence.
He goes, and nobody noticed him go into an active crime scene where there's dead. Like, there has to be coroners like taking
Yeah.
those bodies out
Big
of
John,
there.
Little John,
Like,
boyfriend, dad in the attic. There's
like-
bodies everywhere.
and,
Yeah, she walks in and she sees their bodies still.
yeah. And what's it called? He murders her, and it's just like nobody hears her scream. Like,
Judy Greer
also-
wanted out. She was
I
just
don't
like a
blame her.
friend.
She was just like, just do it.
I actually read an interview that she said that she thought that was a cool ending, and I was like, okay, so her publicist sent this email.
Yeah. 100%.
But also when Michael Myers gets back up and he's fighting all those people, and it's just like everyone else is outside the house. Like, do they not hear
Well,
that he got up
Yeah.
and just murdered them all
It's
again?
technically on the street over because she does run down the alleyway to the next. But
I mean,
it
I guess,
doesn't
but
forget.
you-
It doesn't.
you-
It
yeah.
doesn't. forget.
Gunshots are really quiet. Screaming's really quiet. Like, you know.
People when they get stabbed usually scream very loudly.
I don't think so. I mean, if you're a block over, like, how are you going to hear it?
You know what?
really?
Well, let's throw the chair at Nick and see how loud he screams.
And let's see if
and
your
then we'll
neighbors
just
hear it.
multiply it. Multiply it.
I'm also pure evil, so
you got to die
we'll see.
tonight.
That
And evil
explains a
dies
lot.
tonight.
Yeah.
You got to die tonight.
So moving forward from this series, there is a third one coming. This was always meant to be a
I hope.
trilogy.
Well, I was gonna say I hope they don't do it because of the reception of this one, but it had the huge box office.
Right? Interesting. How much did this make?
I want to say 50 million, but that doesn't feel big enough to
Let's see.
warrant. Oh, it
no,
is
no, that's not it.
250.
And I will say that speaking
Halloween
of
kills Halloween kills it at the box office, not so much on Peacock. Despite releasing on streaming, Michael Myers' new film conquered the theaters, $55 million.
55?
That's a great take for a movie like this, considering it definitely
what was its
cost.
budget?
Let's see,
500.
10 million.
Wow.
Oh wow,
Well, I mean, you don't have to like.
How much of that went to Jamie Lee Curtis?
that's a good point.
Well, look at the effects and look at the man is wearing a William Shatner mask.
Either way, though, my point is that so since with the reception of this film, David Gordon Green, the director, did you guys know Danny McBride is a writer on this
yeah,
movie?
I looked that up. He also wrote the last
wrote the
movie,
last
right?
one,
Yeah.
too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why you
Him
got
and
Big John and Little John.
That's fair.
So they're actually going to wait instead of going right into production on the next one. However, there's going to be a 4-year time jump, and it is going to take place in a world where the pandemic actually happened. So actually, I think that's kind of like a thin veil to be like, ooh, this is interesting. But I am interested to see how a Halloween, like what happens if
Michael Myers with a mask.
this Mike,
He's got the N95
what happens if Michael gets COVID?
Michael started COVID.
I'm
It's
asymptomatic.
pure evil.
I'm asymptomatic, motherfuckers.
It's just like they show him in Wuhan, just walking
Walking
around.
down the market, like
He's got like a goose with its neck broken and shit.
However,
I really want to eat this bat.
the weird one slinging sharpshooter said in the chat earlier, Halloween Ends will probably go into the supernatural side of Michael. Those are his
Probably,
thoughts.
yeah, I
Well,
agree.
I would
Done
agree
that
with that,
before.
but David Gordon Green did an interview this weekend and said that Michael Myers is not a supernatural being. He is a man, and that
He's pure
even
evil.
though he can do things that are improbable, he cannot do things that are impossible.
I disagree.
Well, they
Which
have the whole-
I think if you
he
get your lungs
got-
punctured by a fucking pitchfork, that's
Lungs?
impossible.
That's
It was in
pretty
his spine.
impossible.
Also, for the whole fact of like they already did all the supernatural stuff with his niece.
Yeah, and like the druid curse and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like back in those movies suck though. Get the fuck
Of course
out of here.
they do, but
they
like-
that's why they retconned them.
It's just like, what do you want to pick? Like, fucking, flip a coin, and we're like, this movie has roll a dice. Okay, I got a 3. We're gonna do the pandemic, and he is mortal, but not, and
He's
Jamie
gay.
Lee Curtis. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is the biggest John.
Yeah.
Comedy.
And he's gay. Look at that. Good for him. I'm glad.
Halloween Thrills.
Halloween Thrills.
Michael Myers is going to come up with some booty shorts and,
And some baby oil.
and some baby
It's
oil.
all caked up.
There's gonna be a drag Michael Myers.
There probably are drag Michael Myers.
Hey,
Honestly.
listen, all those people out in the Midwest are going to be like, this guy's going around our town kissing other men. You have to stop him.
I liked it better when he was killing people.
I mean, that was pretty much this film. Like, it's not that different.
we didn't even.
There's definitely people in Illinois who are happy when they find out he killed the gay couple.
But we didn't even touch on the mob mentality aspect of it. Like,
yeah.
was that a response to everything that we've just been through? Was
yeah.
that
So
like
the second that started, I was like, here's the social commentary.
But it wasn't good so
No,
far.
it was bad.
How did they choose that? How did they figure out that or choose that guy was Michael Myers?
He was on the news as an escaped convict.
Because if you watch the last
okay.
movie,
Okay.
Michael breaks. He doesn't really break out because I guess the doctor in the first one
Let
let
him
him
out,
out.
yeah, Loomis.
We didn't even talk about Hawkins, how he comes back from the dead. The new Loomis, I guess, is what they refer to him as. Loomis.
Luminous.
He's Michael's doctor for like the past like 12 years or whatever.
It's really his
and
fault.
he lets Michael out to see what he's like in his true form. Like
Okay.
And I thought that was a cool twist in that movie.
Yeah,
Like,
you
And
get
is
like
that the
the
guy
un-
that they chase?
That was the bald guy in the trench coat in like all the flashbacks.
Okay.
It's cool because it's kind of like you get like the
No,
like
the
unreliable.
bald guy in the trench coat is Dr. Loomis.
That's what I said.
The guy in the last movie is not Dr. Loomis. That's somebody.
No, we're talking about the dude who let him out.
So
Yeah.
the guy who let him out
Is not
is not Loomis.
Oh no,
No, it's the psychiatrist that took over for Loomis when Loomis died.
Right.
Well, when Donald Pleasance died, and I guess Loomis died canonically then too.
Got slashed.
did Michael kill again?
Yeah.
No.
No, I actually shot that guy. That was
Yeah.
my fault.
God damn it.
I did like the police cover up.
Yeah.
like
Take this gun.
Yeah. And I even like how during the mob mentality scene, they even say sheep. It was just like,
Yeah.
you're all sheeple.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck me. Why are you fucking encouraging this behavior?
The doctors are pushing people down the stairs and shit. Like,
I was like, when I saw that, I was like, what is going on? I was like, what is going on? I've worked in a hospital. This is not acceptable.
well, you also
especially
didn't work at a hospital in Haddonfield.
that a serial killer
Very
was
true.
loose in. Yeah.
I like how it's like he just showed up. That dude, the other, like he just was
had a
like
head
banging on the
wound.
windows, and he was like, "Help me!" And they're like, "It's Michael Myers, get him!"
Yeah, Michael Myers is like a 5.5 foot
Yeah.
fat
He,
fuck.
the
That was my
penguin. He
thought.
looked like the penguin.
It was they chose this Ron Jeremy looking motherfucker to go after.
That's great. Yeah, Ron
That man has
Jeremy.
killed several people.
He got branded by Batman. He's a pedophile.
My gosh.
All right. Yeah. So I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I don't. How did you give it a 6?
Because I think the kills are fun.
That does not warrant 6.
I would like a supercut of the kills.
I
Make
think
it
that-
25 minutes, and then I would give it a 6.
I think the murder. I think like okay.
3 out of 10.
For me,
I'll go 4.
I think that as far as like, listen, if you're a Halloween fan, you're gonna watch this movie.
I'm a
anyway.
Halloween fan, and I was disappointed.
And I mean, like, I also I know what like where this came from. Like I've seen all the other sequels. I still think this is better than all of the sequels that came after the original.
That's a good take. You have to consider there's been a lot of bad Halloween
like
movies.
not just bad, like bottom of the barrel dog water movies.
There's been like what, like 20 Halloween
No, there
movies?
was 1 and 2 are right back to back, and then they did Season of the Witch, which was like they wanted to make Halloween movies just called Halloween, but without Michael Myers, and everyone was like, "No, we hate you, Halloween."
But that wasn't a bad movie. People hated it because they were like, "What happened to Michael Myers?" And in retrospect, people do like that movie.
I actually haven't seen it all the way through.
It's been a long time since I watched it, but
I think Genre Geeks likes it too. I listened to their last podcast. They like it.
I think it's a redeemable movie.
Let us know.
They will.
If you're
All
still
right.
here, thank you.
All right, Danny, roll the song.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
Oh, this one,
Is this 7 seconds?
I believe so. Yeah,
Damn.
it's
all you need.
impactful. It's impactful for sure.
Hit
yeah,
it.
This video is called
bang for your
"Burning
buck.
Tires." By the way.
Is that Jesus?
Yeah, I think it was. Danny liked that one.
That got me.
All right, so
that
it's
one
just
got me.
2 burning tires in the road being filmed, and then a slow
Head-on
speed head-on
collision.
collision where Jesus Christ
Jesus
flies through the
falls out.
windshield.
I've had this saved for weeks.
Dear fucking God.
I love it.
It looks like Big Turd.
Yeah.
like
Oh my God.
like I said, the name of the video is called
Burning Tires.
And that's that's real too. You see the glass shatter. Jesus really flew out of
I
the
like
window.
if you watch it again and hear the sound of "Wah!"
Oh, fuck you, Cricket. Anyway, here we go.
The build up.
And it's also that leads me to believe that this maybe isn't staged.
No,
but
that is
this feel-
staged.
It's got to be staged. It's got to be.
It's 100% staged.
By
That's a
some
slow
gr-
speed
by
collision.
Some great stuntmen. Like he went through that.
I don't know. Look at the
Oh, this is
driver.
some CKY shit.
Look at the driver of the car on the left, though. Watch this.
Okay, but neither of them try to swerve.
Yeah, because it was staged.
Well, because
Yeah.
there were tires in the road and they were
No,
on
okay,
fire.
but you're still gonna swerve out of the that is.
Wait, play it in slow motion or like
I don't
just
think
kind
they
of scrub
expected.
over.
I don't think they
Enhance.
expected Jesus to fly out the windshield.
Let's just wait. Hold on. Right there. All right. So it looks like there was almost some sort of projectile that came out in order for him to gracefully go out the window.
No. It's not staged like that. I think it's literally they didn't expect him to fly out the window.
I guess, but it looks like there's like this one little bit of glass.
it does kind of like shoot out like
yeah,
a rocket.
it shoots out like a gunshot.
Have you guys ever been in a car accident?
Yeah. I've been in where I got me, but I was on the passenger side and my dad was driving and we got T-boned.
Which side got
Did you
T-boned?
die?
My side, the passenger side got T-boned. It was luckily not. We weren't
Did
going
you
super
fucking
fast.
die?
yeah, Danny's a ghost.
I am a ghost.
It's
but
Halloween.
Danny
But-
Phantom. Oh, he's also in that Nickelodeon game. Anyway,
but I did not die.
yeah, man, I love that one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's
I
a
like
quality
that.
one.
I really like that one.
That's
I
a
like-
nice boulder.
That's a nice
That's a
boulder.
nice boulder.
I like
I
that
like that
boulder.
boulder.
Short and sweet.
Ah,
You think
shit.
that's better than my Chipotle video?
That one's just brutal, man. Like
was
the
the
man,
Chipotle
the
video?
dude who fell on the car in Jersey City.
Oh, is there a video of him falling
Not
out?
falling,
There's
but
the
the one where he's
aftermath.
rolling with
Yeah,
his
no,
arm.
I've
that's-
seen the aftermath.
I
One.
don't-
That's
I don't
fucking
like that one.
horrible.
I
I
don't
think
like
this is
that.
all in good fun though.
I don't need to see a man in trauma and shock not being able to realize
with his arm hanging by a thread.
Not being able to
God.
know where he is or say. I remember when I first.
I'll take a
Heard
picture
about
of that
that?
building. I'll send it to you.
I remember when I first heard about that. I saw like somebody sent me the picture of it, and it was just him on top of the car, like
Yeah, looking out like
he had he had just thrown himself out of a window.
On PCP.
And didn't get the result that he expected.
I know. Oh, was he on PCP?
I'm
No,
gonna
I don't
guess.
think. I don't think so.
He wasn't though.
I would just be so fucking mad
kind
if
of
that
a
was my car.
disappointment.
Oh,
I would be so
absolutely.
mad.
That car
Yeah.
got wrecked.
Look, I know that's selfish, but like,
no, I get it.
you gotta deal with
Nah,
that.
dude, that's definitely not
It's like
selfish.
I went to go
selfish.
get Chipotle, and then this dude's in my car.
Was that the
There's
the
a
Chipotle
DoorDash
by the
order,
City
too.
MD?
It's the one, going down
Journal
towards
Square.
Journal Square.
Oh, okay. I order from that Chipotle all the
That's what I said to Nick.
One more time for good measure.
God damn.
I can't wait to see the reaction when we post this on the Instagram tomorrow. Oh man, that was good. All right, shall we, boys? Let's wrap it up.
Wrap this shit up.
All right, gang. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. I actually took Dayquil before, like right before we started.
So you riding that?
I'm getting I got better and better the whole time, and now I'm starting to. I've hit the peak. I'm going down again.
Well, then you just balance it out with some NyQuil.
Oh yeah, I'm
Damn
definitely
straight.
taking NyQuil for sure.
have
Tomorrow's
more
my
dreams.
tomorrow's my first day at work. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, thanks so much for joining us for episode 51. And next week we'll be back for Squid Games and Dune.
Ooh.
I'm
Yes,
very
I'm
excited,
excited.
for Dune.
When does that come out? Is
It's
it out
Thursday.
already? It's Thursday.
It's
okay.
actually coming out Wednesday on HBO Max because HBO just they don't want to make any money.
yeah.
I'm getting
I'm gonna
tickets
see
to
it in theater. I
on
will
the
not. I will
biggest IMAX screen. I bought tickets to Jersey Gardens. I'm going to the biggest IMAX screen around here.
Cool.
I fucking can't wait.
not. I'm going to the planetarium.
Ooh.
Okay,
Damn.
what's there?
Planets.
Planets.
Is Dune there?
Maybe.
Arrakis?
Yeah.
He's gonna go
We're
look.
gonna see it from a very
I
far
was about to
view.
say he's gonna get to a telescope and look where the planet actually is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there it is.
That's what I'm looking forward to. All right. Good night. Goodbye. Go fuck yourself.